It's back on the road. Jesus, don't be afraid. We would pick up all of these
Yes. Welcome to Rebel Radio. Yes, today Friday. Yes, we have to a late start, but thanks to all my listeners and viewers, yes, for taking time out, and we have your program packed with information for you. Yes, as you know, today is big people's business, and we are taking a look at what is happening in the American politics. We are also looking at the recovery exercise taking place in the Caribbean, yes, after Hurricane Beryl passed through, yes. And as usual, we want to look at all the other affairs affecting our Caribbean people. Let us start with our colleague, one of our colleagues in our neighboring TNT, Trinidad and Tobago. Yes, we're going to start with Mr. Andre Yo, Trinidadian journalist. Andre, good afternoon to you. Hello, Andre. Andre?
Yes, hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, as I said, I have Andre Yu, Trinidadian journalist. We want to talk with him, but I don't know what is happening. Andre?
Yes, can you hear me?
Okay, all right. Are you hearing me now?
Yes, I hear you. Yes. Can you hear me?
I don't know why I'm not hearing him. Andre? He's not hearing me, and I am not hearing him either. Andre?
Yes, hello. Can you hear me? Hello?
I don't know. Andre?
Yes, hello. Can you hear me?
Oh,
Hello?
I'm hearing you now. Yeah.
Okay, you're hearing me now. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Yes, I was hearing you all the time, but it seems like you weren't hearing me.
No. Good afternoon to you. How are you today?
I'm well, thanks. Good afternoon. Just a slight correction. I'm actually not in Trinidad and Tobago. I'm in St. Kitts and Nevis.
Okay. Oh, all right.
Yes.
Good. St. Kitts and Nevis, right. Sorry for
That's correct. Yeah.
yes. So what is
That's okay.
Yes, what is happening on the ground over in St. Kitts, Andre?
Well, it's, what you would probably say the average news day, for the last few days. I think one of the biggest stories that have been happening of late is that the government hosted a conference, a 4-day conference last week on the Citizenship and Investment Program. Now that's for your listeners, I don't know how familiar they are with this initiative that a number of the islands in the Eastern Caribbean have been doing. But basically, in a nutshell, it's offering citizenship or the opportunity for citizenship to wealthy individuals across the world, especially in places like the Middle East and China and those places,
Right.
or persons who would like to have a second citizenship. And that citizenship, that passport would allow them access to places that they normally, from their native country, they would not have been able to access that easily. They would need a visa to go there. So, for example, if you have a St. Kitts Nevis passport, and as is the case with most of the Eastern Caribbean passports, you can actually visit Europe, the Schengen region, without a visa.
Okay.
So, So a lot of wealthy individuals, especially in the Middle East and these places, that would have difficulty getting into Europe because they would need to apply for a visa, wouldn't need that if they had one of these passports. So it's a very lucrative program. It has made a lot of money for St. Kitts Nevis and for the island that offer the program. And so this conference was held last week. It was organized for the first time by the government to invite citizens, they're called economic citizens. So they invite economic citizens to come to St. Kitts and the opportunities to invest in the country. Because a lot of them, when they got the citizenship and the passport, they never really, some of them have never even visited St. Kitts Nevis.
All
So
right.
now that, so with this conference, they were invited to come to the island and come to both islands, visit the island, see what opportunities are there to invest, and to try to pump some money into the economy. So apart from them just getting the initial citizenship and the initial monies that they would have paid,
Yes.
they're being encouraged now to invest in the country. So that has been the big story the past week or so in St. Kitts Nevis, because the conference just ended last Sunday, I believe.
Okay.
So that's one of the big stories.
So that program is one of the big foreign exchange earner for St. Kitts. I imagine so. Is that so?
Yes, it is. It is. Actually, I don't quite remember the figure now, but a good percentage of the country's GDP
Yes.
is revenue from that program.
Oh.
I remember one time, for example, the previous Prime Minister would have reported in Parliament that just from the fees alone, the fees that the government would have gotten from the program in one given year, it made over $100 million US dollars. Mm-hmm. So it is a very lucrative program. It does generate a lot of revenue for the country, and a lot of the social programs that the government has implemented, for a large part, is funded by proceeds from this program.
That sounds very good. Yes. St. Kitts was not hit by Hurricane Beryl.
No. The hurricane passed more in the southern end of the Eastern Caribbean, so countries like Grenada and St. Vincent and the Grenadines were negatively affected.
Yes.
But the islands up north were a little bit, we were not touched, basically.
That's very good news, sir. Very good news. So
Yes,
as we speak now, you would say that from the things are bright in St. Kitts as far as economic and socially. The things are very good in St. Kitts. For the people are reaping good benefits.
Well, it depends on who you ask. If I were to talk about, and just to follow back on what I said about the program,
Yeah.
The program, as I said, would have generated a lot of money for the country in recent years. And so, from that standpoint, there are social programs that are funded by the government, which is providing opportunities for people in the country.
Yes.
So in some instances, yes, people are being taken care of where that is concerned. However, there's also the other, in every country you have a sector of society that does not really get or see the benefits, the full benefits from whatever, the government has implemented. The IMF has reported that the economy has grown well and the prospects for growth are are looking good for the next year or so. However, sometimes the economic growth doesn't trickle down to everybody. And so there are some people who are going through some difficult and challenging times. Mm-hmm. And so, again, like I said, it depends on who you ask. But if you look at it from a macroeconomic standpoint and from what the IMF has been reporting, economically, St. Kitts has been doing well. Yeah. The question is whether that economic growth has reached to everybody, because there are people who are dependent on government social programs, right. And as such, if things were good for you, you would be dependent on the government necessarily to bail you out each time. So that also that's also one of the areas to look at. But generally speaking, again, from the standpoint of the international entities like the IMF and the World Bank, St. Kitts is doing well economically. But again, it doesn't trickle down to everyone. Yes. There are some people who.
So, for example, cost of living. What is the cost of living?
Cost of living, if you were to gauge the the cost of living in St. Kitts Nevis compared to some of the countries in the Eastern Caribbean, it is on the high side. You would say cost of living is high. The cost of food, people have been complaining that, despite the government's best efforts, the cost of food and basic items have skyrocketed, have gone up high, and it goes up almost every week.
Wow.
So there are some people who are, there have been a lot of complaints about inflation and about the cost of living. That is something that, not even the government can control very well, because, it's external factors add to that as well. So it's not always what happens in the country in terms of policies, but also it's external factors. The cost of shipping has gone up. So obviously, if you import most of your food, then the cost of food is going to go up.
Right.
So that is one area. The cost of living is another area. But I should also mention this too. As a means of dealing with some of the issues, such as inflation and cost of living, the government made a decision, or took a decision last year, it was implemented at the start of the year, to increase the minimum wage. So St. Kitts and Nevis minimum wage is amongst the highest in the Caribbean and amongst the highest in the Eastern Caribbean. In fact, I think it's the highest in the Eastern Caribbean. I'll have to convert it, because of course the official currency is the Eastern Caribbean dollar. So let me just do a quick conversion. But the minimum wage was increased. There was also adjustment in salaries for civil servants, and I think that is done in two parts. So that was done. So the minimum wage was increased, and I think in either next year, I don't quite remember, don't quote me to it, but either next year or the year after, there's supposed to be another increase. So the increase is done in two phases.
Yes.
For the minimum wage. Government workers would have also received an increase. That also applied to the Nevis government, because Nevis has its own local government that governs the affairs on Nevis. Yeah. And they too would have taken a decision to increase the salaries for civil servants.
Right. Interesting
enough as well, a decision was also made to increase salaries of parliamentarians in St. Kitts and Nevis, and also on St. Kitts and also on Nevis. That was met with some criticisms when some people felt this was not the time to do that. They felt that the countries are still recovering from COVID, and now is not the time to be increasing their pay. But as you know, when it comes to,
when you compare the salary increase to civil servants and to the parliamentarians, which one was higher?
The parliamentarians, of course. that one was higher. Yeah. But the argument they can always make the argument that they gave one of the highest increases in recent years to civil servants.
Okay.
So it works out to be higher on the parliamentarian side.
Yes.
But again, they made sure that the minimum wage was increased, certain social programs were put in place, and the civil servants also got an increase before any announcement was made about parliamentarians getting an increase.
Right. And the public services, so the ordinary St. Vincent had good access to the public service, like hospitals, public transit and violence. What is the state of those?
Well, let's start with healthcare. Healthcare has been one of the areas that the public have been very critical of in recent times. The main hospital, there are 3 hospitals on St. Kitts, and the main hospital in the capital last year, the JNF General Hospital, there have been some reports, negative reports of poor healthcare, poor customer service, etc. Now, the Prime Minister, when he came into power in 2022, he's a medical doctor by training, doctor attorney. And so he took on the Ministry of Health and has vowed to make vast improvements in the level of healthcare in St. Kitts and Nevis. So there have been some strides in that area in terms of improving some of the facilities at the hospital, and also trying to provide services that previously were not available, or try to bring some services that were not available to the public and try to bring it there. I know, for example, one efforts were made to purchase a new MRI machine, for example, to have MRI scans done at the hospital.
Right.
Another thing that the Prime Minister did is that he instituted a health fund for children. So if there are children who are sick and need medical care and have to flown off island because all the healthcare is needed can be provided in St. Kitts. So sometimes you would need, more advanced care, and you need to be flown out for that. So what he would have done is to ensure that there's this medical fund, and any child that needs medical attention that has to be sought overseas, they can contact. I believe it's done by contacting his office. I'm not quite sure of the process, but they would make a request to the government, and an attempt will be made as soon as possible to have that child flown out, especially depending on the urgency of the matter. So those things have been put in place. And I should mention this as well, ground was broken some months ago on a new hospital. So the Prime Minister has announced that the government will be building a new hospital, a climate smart hospital. By climate smart meaning dealing with all the challenges of climate change, with hurricanes, we just talked about Beryl,
yes.
and other natural disasters that could destroy, healthcare facilities and put healthcare in jeopardy.
Yes.
The idea is to build a hospital, a climate smart hospital that can withstand some of these natural disasters, or some of the impact of climate change.
Right.
So that is one of his goals, is to build this climate smart hospital. So the ground has already been broken on it.
I want
construction.
Andre, I just want you to hold it there while I take a break. Just hold it for me, please. Yes, we are talking to journalist Andre Yu from St. Kitts. This is Rebel Radio. Let us take a break.
Do-it-yourself professionals and contractors. This is the sale for you. Lumber, steel, dress and foam ply, water tanks, pumps, PVC pipes and fittings, toilets, bathtubs, vanities and basins, windows, paint, doors, floor and wall tiles, insects and grout. Up to 20% off selected items. 195 Hagley Road. Telephone 923-4560. New budget supplies. Always the best prices.
Steven!
Grandpa, why you dress up, sir? Where you going?
Let's see ya. I have business to do around that JPS, and I want Steven to carry me. I want to find out how much we want to pay them.
Grandpa, people don't do that again.
What do you mean?
Pops is modern days. JPS has efficient IVR.
IVR?
Customer service. They did all over the phone.
We have recognized the number that you are calling from as being attached to account number 301832.
How them get me new number? And all them know is me.
Grandpa, I updated your account with your new number. So when you call JPS, they already know it's you, so them just then give you the information.
Grandpa, you don't have to go to JPS for everything.
Thank God for no young people.
Cool Oasis service stations are the fastest, coolest service stations around. Drive through and buy your phone cards from Cool Biz. Yes, it's easy. No paper, no pin. From the fastest, coolest service stations. Quality fuels, lubricants, and refreshments at the lowest prices. The cleanest restrooms and the smoothest service to make your drive even cooler. From the fastest, coolest service stations. Get cool service and cool stuff fast at Cool Oasis service stations island-wide.
It's Tools Hardware and Supplies New Year New Finishes Sale! Unbelievable low prices all month long! Shop for your new finishes for your bathroom, kitchen, living room, porcelain and ceramic tiles, windows, doors, paints, and more! And remember, when you think tiles, think Tools! For the finest quality at the lowest prices! Shop now!
So, come visit us at 279 Spanish Town Road, 4 South Camp Road, 8 Red Hills Road,
or online at toolsja.com. Tools!
The Lion King of Hardware.
Everyday living, we make it worthwhile. We people real value. Oh, what a style! From kitchen to bathroom, a whole heap of tile. Home and things for everyday living. Mix up your home, fix up every room. Everyday shop, real value. Fixtures and faucets to catch your eye. We have the options, we have the style. Everyday living, so versatile. Real people, real value. Oh, what a style. Lowest price guarantee on everything you see. All nice things for everyday living.
How would you like the protection you want when you want it? With Guardian Link, you can go from one click to totally covered with 24-hour access to a range of plans designed to cover the people you care about. From critical illness and retirement to investment opportunities. Application is easier. Approval time is quicker. And you experience even more convenience with 24/7 online access. So get connected with Guardian Link today. Visit guardianlink.myguardiangroup.com and live secure. Live easy.
You've bought a food product and you now hear that it is being recalled. What do? Tune in to the Big Bad Food Safety Show this Friday, 4:30 p.m. on Rebel Jamaica 1, where we will be navigating food recalls. We will discuss with industry stakeholders
and we are talking to St. Kitts journalist Andre Yu. Yes, Andre, so you were telling us about the health facilities provided to the public.
Yes. So as I was saying before, the public generally, there have been a lot of complaints about the quality of healthcare provided at the main hospital in St. Kitts. Yeah. However, as I indicated, the government would have indicated that they plan to build a new hospital. They're working ground on the smart hospital and construction. Well, we're not aware of construction starting as yet, but we need to see what will happen there. But in the meantime, efforts have been made to provide new hospital equipment and try to improve the standard of healthcare generally in St. Kitts and Nevis. I think more, and even speaking to some health professionals, the issue is not only just whether or not you have the equipment or the facilities, it's also whether or not the customer service to begin with, that the kind of service that is given at the hospital, whether that is up to par. So I know that's something the government will have to look at. They'll have to look at how do they improve the delivery of healthcare, because you could have the facilities, you could have a nice, brilliant, smart, climate smart hospital as they've described it. But if the delivery of healthcare is not up to par, then you're going to have some of the same issues that you're having now. So I know that has been the discussion in the public domain, so we'll watch and see where that is concerned. I think you also asked about transportation. Yeah. Generally speaking, public transportation is fairly well, I would say. The public transportation, the buses that serve the public, they serve in different areas. There's one particular bus line in one particular community, the St. Peter's community, where currently where the buses are parked to pick up persons from Bastyr into St. Peter's and the communities of St. Peter's that are in St. Peter's. Right now, they're not really situated in a suitable location. And again, that's the Prime Minister's constituency. He has said that there are plans to build a bus terminal. They're actually the only bus drivers that serve from Bastyr that do not have a proper bus terminal. The other locations, they have a bus terminal established. So that's one of the things that we plan to do, or plans are being made to get that done. So again, we wait to see what happens. The transportation, for the most part, has quite well. I think overall, with the standard of living, it again depends on your preferences, what it is that you want to make you comfortable. But I think generally speaking, you could say that the standard of living is at a fairly decent level. For most of the people, especially government workers, because a large majority of the population, I shouldn't say a large majority, but a good portion of the population on St. Kitts work for government. Okay. And so, or work in some government department. So it is likely, that depending on what they get as a salary, that they should be able to live a fairly decent life. But as I indicated earlier, cost of living is high, right. Especially cost of food because most of our food is imported. So, once the price of shipping and all these things remain high and continues to rise, then it is only likely that the cost of food will also rise.
What about safety issues?
That is a major issue here in St. Kitts. If you compare numbers, if you're looking at comparing numbers, especially with the larger Caribbean territories, it would be a fair assessment because St. Kitts is a small country. It's actually the smallest country in the Western Hemisphere, with a population of just over 51,000. So, if you were to look at just the bare numbers of homicides, it looks negligible. But really and truly in a small community like St. Kitts and Nevis, it's actually a major thing. Prior to, and I should give you a little background, prior to this government coming in 2022, the previous administration had implemented a system which is locally called the Peace Program. I think in Jamaica you have something similar, where persons who are considered to be in gangs are given somewhat of a stipend, for lack of a better word, to being engaged in meaningful activities. From what the government said at the time, the idea was to have these persons rehabilitated and placed in, eventually they're given the opportunity to either work or create their own businesses. And so this program has been going on since the government, I think, implemented it in 2019. So from 2019 up until when the government changed, or even to this day, the program was in place.
Yes.
And during that period, there was a gun amnesty, so they were these guys were asked to bring in their guns, to bring in guns, and they won't face criminal charges, etc., etc. During that period, gun violence declined drastically. So there were little to no, well, I shouldn't say little to no, there were some gun crimes, but they were the frequency of them were far less than they are now and they were previously. Fast forward now to 2022. When the government changed, to 2024, when the government changed in 2022, the Prime Minister had announced that the program was going to be revamped.
Yes.
Because in his view, the program was not transparent, it was corrupt, we didn't know where the money was coming from or how the money was being spent, etc., etc. So basically you're saying that there was no accountability and such, the program needed to be revamped. And by revamped, and I don't want to be quoted here, but there was a possibility of some people being taken off the program. There was also a possibility of, the way the program was administered before, it's not being administered like that. No. What they've said essentially is that they were looking to make the program more accountable, and also to have, the participants in the program, for them to, get training and all of that, so that they could function, as normal citizens and be included in society.
Right.
But since then, and we don't know the exact details yet, but since that's revamping, what we have noticed is that gun crimes have gone back up again. So you have situations where, persons in, and these crimes tend to be, it appears as if these crimes tend to be amongst persons who are involved in gangs and criminal activity.
Yes.
So most of the people who are killed tend to be persons who are considered by at least law enforcement to be persons involved in criminal activity. That does not in any way diminishes the seriousness of it, because you do have robberies, you do have break-ins and stuff like that nature, which can be violent, and innocent persons can also be killed as a result of that. So there is a concern about crime in the country.
How many homicides so far this year?
If my memory serves me correct, and I will double check that, but if my memory serves me correct, we are in double digits at this time.
Okay.
I believe the last time I heard was probably 11 or 12, but I will double check that figure just to be sure.
Yeah. Okay. Well, from what you have said is that life goes on. And yes, there are problems, but people are surviving and living, and the country is running. So, what I would say, I have to thank you. I have to thank you very much for your time. And just to let you know that you can expect to be part of this program, because what we at Rebel Radio is trying to do is to link up with our Caribbean neighbors, because as you know, Andre, we are one people, right? And the problems we are facing are almost similar. Yeah. So I want to thank you very much.
Yes. No, I agree. I think.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you very much. Thanks. My pleasure to be here. Yes. And I'm looking forward to the next.
Yes, of course. Thank you very much, Andre. Yes, that was Andre Lou, and we are talking about the situation, what is happening in St. Kitts, and you heard, as we say on this program, you know, we want to keep in touch with our Caribbean people. Yes, we because as you know, the problems that we have are similar problems. Yes, similar. So we want to ensure that we keep talking to our Caribbean people. Hello, Norris.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, brother. This one.
Yes. Okay. I want you to just hold it there for me. Hold it while I try to get another of your colleague with me there. So just hold it up. Hold it a moment there for me. Yes, I see where you were saying that the bookmakers are predicting a Trump victory, the bookmakers in London.
Yes. So the things I look at several different things like when I do my analysis.
Yes.
And one of the things you know about what is where people put their money. Well, you know, you have sports bet. Election is a thing where people bet on elections, right?
Yes.
And right now they're giving Trump a 71.43, call it 72% chance of winning versus buying just 10%, you know?
Yes.
So it's a runaway odds with Trump as a favorite, that's what they're now giving him, you know? Right?
Hold it.
Especially.
Yes, I want you to hold it for me. Hold it. I am trying to get another of your colleague to join me, Dr. Dunkley. But yes, I don't know why I'm not getting through to her. I'm going to try again. Yes. And while we are trying to get to Dr. Dunkley, the indications are that there is, I see where there are some, you know, talks, but there is no real pressure on President Biden to step aside.
It is too late now. Frankly, it's too late. Even if, especially after the events, the Saturday, it's completely. Even if he said step aside now, I don't see anybody come in. Not Michelle Obama. No, nobody could come in now and beat Trump.
Okay.
It's too late.
It's too late. So, based on what you are seeing, Norris, you are seeing a victory for Trump.
And there's several things we have to look at. Why is it that Trump will have a victory? Now, beyond the issue where I see it as just the normal, you know, is the popularity of which he may have. You have a two-sided thing. you have the enthusiasm factor. Which party is more enthusiastic behind the candidate? Which more? We know that, like in Jamaica, with PNP versus Labour, right? You know, or the people get out on the street behind the candidate and the excitement and so on.
Yes.
So right now, Democrats are demoralized, right?
Yes.
Because they know they have a very bad candidate. They know they have a candidate who have serious cognitive brain problems and so on, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Democrats are demoralized, and the Republicans are highly enthusiastic behind their candidate, right?
Yes.
Right. So that's a very key factor we have to look at in terms of, because that is ballots in the box.
Yes, yes.
We will be mobilized to go out and vote, or put in mail-in ballot, or work as party campaign workers, or give money. You know, these are all the factors we look at in making our predictions and so on, you know?
Yes. And, it is based on what you are seeing there, two things. It is too late for a change of candidate. And secondly, the party supporters are not enthusiastic. So, in other words, it is possible that many Democrats will not vote. They will absent themselves from the voters' pool.
Exactly, and there's two key things driving that, the way I see it. First of all, you have the unfulfilled promises from the 2020 election, where Biden campaign on the Build Back Better plan. The Build Back Better plan was to put money inside of the local communities in terms of different, projects amongst other things and so on. So that's where black people would have gotten a little something, right?
Yes.
So they normally America always have a construction. Every election cycle they have the construction bill, blah blah blah. But the construction bill is aimed towards white people, because really large corporations are in the construction, and most white workers are into construction. So at first the two bills are tied together, and then they say, separate it, and then we'll come to you black people. So they passed the construction bill but never passed the Build Back Better, which is what he campaigned on. Mm-hmm. So you have the key unfulfilled bottom line, food in the pot issue. That's one thing. They never passed that. And then they also had the social justice issue, where coming out of this the George Floyd cruel assassination, murder, where there has been no criminal justice or social justice or police reform. Mm-hmm. So black people are not enthusiastic at all to come out again as they did. Right?
Yeah.
So that's also a key factor.
What about the Latinos?
Latinos also have turned out. We're quite surprising, very interesting. If there's a cultural phenomena going on now, you'll see it on YouTube where, for example, the Latinos are putting out a lot of Latino rap, reggaeton videos back in drum, and you also have a lot of the even black people also. Because you see, with the election, as we know, you look at, it's not just the ideological issue per se, it's the cultural phenomena, right? And in terms of the culture, like for example, notice like in Jamaica where we use reggae music in elections, or so you have the cultural pull factor we draw people.
Yes.
And this is where Trump has beaten the Democrats in that. Like for example, going to WrestleMania and fighting Vince McMahon and things like that, going to NASCAR. So he identified with the white workers at the cultural level. Right?
Yes.
Which is a psychic in their spirit, soul. Yeah, he's with them, and then you have Hulk Hogan was just at the RNC, and Hulk Hogan, is an icon in wrestling, WrestleMania.
Yes.
Who came out and also endorsed him. So the key issue here, if you can't get people at the economic level, can you get them at the spiritual level? No, the Democrats is not getting them at the spiritual level either.
Oh my, yes. And several issues here, Norris. One is that the President Trump has been portrayed as a racist, right? Mm-hmm. And therefore, I remember that the last election, how he was portrayed.
Yes.
No, that seems, as you are saying, that has been turned away, or it is not as strong as before, right? And then the other issue is this assassination attempt last.
Yes.
What fully? I don't understand it.
Okay, let's take the last issue first. The issue of the assassination. Now there are a lot of questions which are coming out. Now Trump is a racist, you call him. He's you name it, and he's that type of person and so on. Raw people raw, whether in terms of race, culture, women, a very I don't know the term I want to use. But one of the things he's also done is also turn the system against him. Right? Now let me bring up a point in history. When they had the Cuban Missile Crisis, when John F. Kennedy was negotiating with the Russians, he bypassed all his institution and opened up a direct line of contact with the Russians through his brother and one or two other people, because Kennedy himself never trusted the system. Right? Titus said that Kennedy wanted to reform the CIA and scrap many of the institutions and so on at that time. Yeah. Right? And we know about the whole so-called military-industrial complex. The people profit off of war. Right? Like Nancy Pelosi, she makes a lot of money off of war. So, with him saying that he's going to forget racism now, let's go to the bread and butter issues. Now, the ordinary people taxes pay for war or pay for military deployment overseas. And people are not fools, right? People will look and say, but if America is funding Ukraine by billions of dollars, right? My social security is not going up, right? I can't get rid of pay. My mortgage is going up and so on. So at the bread and butter level, if you are pushing wars overseas, you're supporting Israel, who don't need no support. Israel is a rich country. Yeah. So people will forget the racism. This racism and other things. People know. Hello?
Yes, I'm hearing you, man. Go ahead.
Okay, so everything come down to in Jamaica they were saying in election, they say a chicken never pot. Politicians the politician will go and make sure and fix some pothole, and it's a serious issue, but give out some bushing tickets as you know, or do something, even if we don't turn out for the world. Nowadays people are running the politicians and they turn out like that. But politicians know that there's an expectation that you must do service, you must do something for your community. Yeah. Now, what has harmed the Democrats is the fact that regarding the lack of being able to do anything, why they're not doing it? They're taking the little bit of money and you're sending it overseas.
Yes.
So an economic pressure are piling up, and people, you walk into the supermarket. As a matter of fact, there's no dollar burger again. One time people could go Wendy's or places like that and get a dollar meal. There's no dollar meal. Mm-hmm. Right? So, and those are bread and butter economic issues. The poor man could walk in and he buys $2 or $3 Wendy's or Burger King things, and he drinks some free drinks, extra cup, and he drinks some free drinks and so on. And that's maybe dinner for him.
Yes.
No one. So you see you can feel the economic change is taking place at the nitty-gritty bottom level as it affects poor people or affects basic people, as it affects the middle class in terms of their inability to pay, with mortgage rates skyrocketing, doubling up from 3.5% 10 years ago to 7% now, and with rent, the basic one bedroom now is between $1,700 to $2,000 and so on. Yeah. So, and this is some of the things why people are discounting with all the racism associated with Trump. And let me call a spade a spade. America is a racist society, right? There's no if about it. Institutional racism is in the medical system. More black people died in COVID-19, even though low section in the population, right?
Yes.
In the hospital system, even doctors and nurses face discrimination and so on. So America, we have to look at the total picture. One man come out and is more loudmouthed racist than the other. I don't mean to say that racist too. And now, some of my friends or some people don't like me for saying that, but I'm not gonna say join the cult of Biden. Because there's a kind of cultism now which exists now. It's not just MAGA of a cult. There's a cult around Biden where you can't criticize him, you can't say the man a fuzzy brain, you can't say the man must. You have people eat it like mad dogs, pounce and raw meat.
Yes.
You know, and that's why the Democrat is in trouble. The lack of honesty in the debate, the lack of the basing of intellectual discussions, you know, and know that they're sneaking talking to journalists to say, oh, people are no, come out and say must come out. You see, there's no integrity.
Yes.
See?
Yes. Well, Norris, it as you said, well, let us see, we are in July. You know, a day in politics is a very long time. So
that's true. That's true.
Yes. I still believe that between now and November, that things can happen. We can see changes, dramatic changes too.
Yeah, anything can happen. We can have an earthquake, we can have thunderstorm, we can have Biden come out and say, well, you know, we really have Alzheimer's or, you know, dementia. And I run, but, you know, so let's see what happens.
Let us see what happens. Let us keep our eyes and ears close to what is happening, and we'll keep talking.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me, and congratulations to what you do, to keeping the radio, keeping your listeners, you know, informed of the happenings, you know.
Yes,
respect due to you.
Thank you very much, sir. That was journalist Norris McDonald, and we're talking about American politics. Yes, what is happening in America? Yes, what is happening there is very interesting. You heard Norris saying that indications are that Trump is going to win the election in November. The Democrats are demoralized. Well, let's see what is going to happen. Okay, well, you know, this is Rebel Radio. Coming up next is World of Sports and Entertainment with Kingsley J.J. McCullough. Then at 4:30, you know, you have that Interested Food program coming up. So, let us go for a break now. This is Rebel Radio.
Everybody sale at new budget supplies. Do-it-yourself professionals and contractors. This is the sale for you. Lumber, steel, dress and form ply, water tanks, pumps, PVC pipes and fittings, toilets, bathtubs, vanities and basins, windows, paint, doors, floor and wall tiles, insects and grout. Up to 20% off selected items. 195 Hagley Road. Telephone 923-4560. New budget supplies. Always the best prices.
Steven!
Grandpa! Why you dress up, sir? Where you going?
Let's see. I have business to do around that JPS and I want Steven to carry me. I want to find out how much we want to pay them.
Grandpa, people don't do that again.
Pops is modern days. JPS has efficient IVR.
IVR?
Customer service. All over the floor.
We have recognized the number that you are calling from as being attached to account number 3018.
How them get me new number? And all them know is me.
Grandpa, I updated your account with your new number. So when you call JPS, they already know it's you, so them just then give you your information.
Grandpa, you don't have to go to JPS for everything.
Thank God for you know, young people.
Cool Oasis service stations are the fastest, coolest service stations around. Drive through and buy your phone cards from Cool Biz. Yes, it's easy. No paper, no pin. From the fastest, coolest service stations. Quality fuels, lubricants, and refreshments at the lowest prices. The cleanest restrooms and the smoothest service to make your drive even cooler. From the fastest, coolest service stations. Get cool service and cool stuff fast at Cool Oasis service stations island-wide.
It's Tools, Hardware and Supplies New Year New Finishes Sale! Unbelievable low prices all month long! Shop for your new finishes for your bathroom, kitchen, living room,
porcelain and ceramic tiles, windows, doors, paints, and more.
And remember, when you think tiles, think Tools! For the finest quality at the lowest prices! Shop now!
So, come visit us at 279 Spanish Town Road, 4 South Camp Road, 8 Red Hills Road,
or online at toolsja.com.
Tools!
The Lion King of Hardware.
Everyday living, we make it worthwhile. We give people real value. Oh, what a style! From kitchen to bathroom, a whole heap of tile. Home and things for everyday living. Mix up your room, fix up everything. Everyday shop, real value. It's and faucets to catch your eye. We have the options, we have the style. Everyday living, so versatile. Real people, real value. Oh, what a style! Lowest price guarantee on everything you see. Home and things for everyday living.
How would you like the protection you want when you want it? With Guardian Link, you can go from one click to totally covered with 24-hour access to a range of plans designed to cover the people you care about. From critical illness and retirement to investment opportunities. Application is easier, approval time is quicker, and you experience even more convenience with 24/7 online access. So get connected with Guardian Link today. Visit guardianlink.myguardiangroup.com and live secure, live easy.
You've bought a food product and you now hear that it is being recalled. What do you do? Tune in to the Big Bite Food Safety Show this Friday, 4:30 p.m. on Rebel Jamaica 1, where we will be navigating food recalls. We will discuss with industry stakeholders
Greetings and jobless. Welcome to another Friday, another program in the world of sports and entertainment. I'm your host, Kingsley JJ McCullough. Yes, it's new adjustment and thing, and we, doing what we can in the world of sports and entertainment. We have so much to say to you, and so much, and of course the music and other things that are happening here in Jamaica and around the world. Okay, today, as we continue with the artist who will be featured, okay, we have Corey Stain, and of course the man himself, Steve Machette. Okay, gonna see that after our program. Due to the structuring and the changing of hours, we have to just reset it a little after this program, then we can just move into what we are going to do. And of course, we have our brand product that's making this possible. It's called Rubber Dub Tonic Wine, and you'll be hearing and seeing more about that here on Rebel Radio, and of course at events that is to come. So before we do anything, we'd like to just say something about sports, what's happening, and we can touch on the cricket. The West Indies at tea time were 324 for 5. Yes, and I don't get the name of the player, but he has made 124 runs. Yes, and who was at the wicket at that time was Jason Holder and the wicket keeper. Yes, so West Indies responding strongly to England's 464. They were 70 odd runs behind. So the latest update we will get, we can give it to you in the second test match, which England leads the series by 1-0. Okay, and also hot on the topics is of course that infamous thing that was done by Noah Lyles, and people are saying, boy, I'm really, I'm using up his mouth too much and not doing much on the track. And people are saying that he that's unprofessional for a man if you really having a relationship with someone and coming out on social media saying things that the persons tell you about what is happening in Jamaica. Come on, Noah Lyles. People not expecting that from him. And also, we're looking at the persons who are the front runners for the Reggae Boys coach. You heard about Dwight York, the Manchester United legend, and another Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, another Manchester United legend, and of course one of our Jamaican coach who once was assigned to Winfred Schaefer when he was here, Miguel Coley, right? So it's not finalized yet, we'll wait and see, but persons are saying that it's going to be Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, which it's going to be something like getting familiar, like it's going to start over. But really and truly, my choice that I would have loved to see this on here was Dwight York, from Trinidad. When you look at the Reggae Boys and you're looking at how them play and have an understanding of how Caribbean football is and who we have, both the English players and the Jamaican players, he would have fitted much better than, of course, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I would have preferred the man from Trinidad, Dwight York, who of course have a lot coming off the field. Yes, triple champion for Manchester United back then with Andy Cole and all that. People are saying because he's from Trinidad, you don't use emotion in these things. You just have to know that the man is capable. He has a license and he can do his thing. And it's the thing is that, from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer leave Manchester United, I don't know if he had gotten any other job since, but he's the front runner at this time to land the job to coach Reggae Boys, which everyone is going to wait and see what would be his approach. But I was more looking forward to getting Dwight York, even though you have a lot of Jamaicans are saying they wouldn't want him because he's from Trinidad. I don't look at things that way. And looking down, and I know that a lot of other supporters of the English Premier League don't want Dwight York to come and be the head coach for Jamaica, because they are not Manchester United fans, and not because I am a Manchester United fan, but I know Dwight York would be more than capable of getting, to get this team gel and to have an understanding of our attacking playing football. Is of course Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is going to do it, but it is going to be something of a more challenge for him. And I know it would have been smooth sailing if Dwight York is selected to be the coach for the Reggae Boys. So far, so well for that. So we'll be talking more of it. And of course, congratulations again to the winners. That is Spain for the Euro. And Argentina defended, of course, their Copa title. Yes, and everyone is looking forward now back to next season. In their domestically, the EPL is just a couple of weeks away, and everybody looking forward to the 24-25 season. So as we await that, and of course the Olympics is looming, and so much things we can look for. The hammer throw person, boy, it's so unfortunate that the JFF have dropped the ball. The J3A has dropped the ball on this, and have left out the person who's supposed to represent us in that hammer throw, and the name has left off the list. And it's very difficult at this time, unless a competitor withdraw or drops out, then they can include, because the 32 has been named and she has been left out, which is quite unfortunate, and I blame the J3A for this. I don't know what the attorney is going to do, but we'll wait and see in developing stories where this is concerned. Okay, that's what I have now for sports, and I'm going to just get straight away into the music that I have here. Right, I just want to reach out, yes, for my friend, Boom Dawn was recently lost everything where the fire is concerned in Jamaica while she's away on tour, and we just want to see what can happen for her and see how we can rally around and do things for Boom Dawn. As I play this one for her, Where Is the Love? Hello?
No.
Where is the love? Where is the love? Hey, where is the love? We're talking about. Where is the love that we all talking about? Where there is love, we all help each other out. So where is the love? Where is the love that we all talking about? I see no love, yet we always say it out loud. You're quick to love your shoe, fall in love with your tribe, love the party and the hype, but don't love who by your side. They say I'm in love with you, I really love the things you do, love your pretty smile, and love your beautiful eyes. And just now we seeking some action for the words that we speak about love and affection. The more that we talk, I hate and rejection. You talk about love, but I hate you as sanctions. That smile on the face, even the nation who say that they love you, they really don't love you. They say that they love you to get something from you. As soon as they get it, I hate them. Instead of loving each other, we hating each other and killing each other to settle a matter. Stay true to your friends with the words that you utter. Don't drag your friends. Name to the God that we know that blood is thicker than water. Same blood like your sister and brother. Grow up to hate their mother and father. In these times it's like family don't matter. So where is the love that we all talking about? Where there is love, we all help each other out. So where is the love? Where is the love we're talking about? Where is the love? To make the sense, the senseless thing, to help you make a sense. We say the heart's not willing when a dollars you are spent, but mine start building. Give them enough to full, but their belly not fulling. You give up on the love that you have inside when you focus on hating the humankind. Is that the way you were brought up? No love while growing up, but some get love and still hate as much. So where is the love that we all talking about? Where there is love, we all help each other out. And just now we seeking some action for the words that we speak about love and affection. The more that we talk, I hate and rejection. You talk about love, but I hate you as sanction. Just smile on the face, this discrimination. You said that they love you, they really don't love you. They say that they love you to get something from you. As soon as they get it, I hate them. I share love, loving each other, we hating each other and killing each other to settle a match. Stay true to your friends with the words that you
I just want to briefly introduce to you, my listeners, and those who are going to watch on YouTube. Yes, the immediate artist, Mr. Steve Machette. Yeah, I've run through some of his music some of the time so far, and we want to give you a reminder of the songs that he sings, and you know what he'll be saying that's coming up, and of course he'll be the voice of the drink, the voice of our drink that we are promoting. So without any hesitation, I would just want you to listen to this. Steve Machette, I Rise.
She said I'm not satisfied. Well, we did not know, say I depend on I. Yes, I have to take my stand. Stand up as a man in a Gideon. This road I and I've been treading. Yes, the sun may seem so hard. To me it's more than rocky. Sometimes I feel like I could stop. But when I see so many youths keep crying at the mercy of the wrong hands, I rise, and I rise for a cause. I rise, Rastafari rules over all. I rise, and I rise for a cause. I rise, Rastafari rules over all. Yes, the time has come where I should take my stand. Yes, it depends on where I am going, cause I know that's where I'm from. And any man who know not himself shall be a burden to his nation. Boy, yes, that's how we go. I and I rise, for a cause. I rise, Rastafari rules over all. I rise, I and I rise for a cause. I rise.
Yeah, this is one of many, and yeah, we'll be hearing the main one. Yes, that will be here from Steve Machete. He's here in the studios of Rebel Radio. Yes. So stay tuned and listen for more.
For the cause, I rise, Rastafari rules over all. I rise, for the cause. I rise, Rastafari rules over all. One more get shot and drop on the pavement again. And I see so many more get tricked by pen and paper again. I see the wolf keep treading around on the false pretense, as if they know not what they have done and come back to do it again. I rise, for a cause. I rise, Rastafari rules over all. I rise for
The song of the moment, man himself, Sylvan Flames, Happy Girl. You know, we're pushing this one. You know, so that's how we do things here on Rebel Radio. So yeah, Happy Girl is the one that's making waves right now here in Jamaica, in London, in New York. Yes, man. So listen out more for it again. As we approach a break, yes, Happy Girl will be taking us to the break at this time. Featuring everything like for the rubber dub herbal wine. Yes.
Rubber dub roots a conqueror. Drink one and you're strong like a monster. You see your bin, rubber dub roots a conqueror. Drink one and you're strong like a monster. You see it you know. It natural to the highest extent. You drink one, you are go buy one again. Boy.
Yeah, man, trust me. That's going to happen when time this is going to take the road, I can tell you from now. Yes, so we're approaching the break now, so just...
Everybody sail at new budget supplies. Do-it-yourself professionals and contractors. This is the sale for you. Lumber, steel, dress and form ply, water tanks, pumps, PVC pipes and fittings, toilets, bathtubs, vanities and basins, windows, paint, doors, floor and wall tiles, insects and grout. Up to 20% off selected items. 195 Hagley Road. Telephone 923-4560. New budget supplies. Always the best prices.
Steven!
Grandpa! Hey, just up, sir. Where you going?
See ya. Me have business to do done by JPS and I want Steven to carry me. I want to find out how much we want to clear them.
Grandpa, people don't do that again. What do you mean?
Pops is modern days. JPS has efficient IVR.
IVR?
Customer service. All over the floor.
We have recognized the number that you are calling from as being attached to account number 301.
You know how them get me new number and all them know is me.
Grandpa, I updated your account with your new number. So when you call JPS, they already know it's you, so them just going to give you your information.
Look who them they see. Grandpa, you don't have to go to JPS for everything. Thank God for you, no young people.
Cool Oasis service stations are the fastest, coolest service stations around. Drive through and buy your phone cards from Cool Biz. Yes, it's easy. No paper, no pin. From the fastest, coolest service stations. Quality fuels, lubricants, and refreshment at the lowest prices. The cleanest restrooms and the smoothest service to make your drive even cooler. From the fastest, coolest service stations, get cool service and cool stuff fast at Cool Oasis service stations island-wide.
Everyday living, we make it worthwhile. People real value. Oh, what a style. From kitchen to bathroom, a whole heap of tile. Home and things for everyday living. Mix up your room, fix up everything. Everyday shop, real value. It's simple, six to catch your eye. We have the options, we have the style. Everyday living, so versatile. People real value. Oh, what a style. Lowest price guarantee on everything you see. Home and things for everyday living.
How would you like the protection you want when you want it? With Guardian Link, you can go from one click to totally covered with 24-hour access to a range of plans designed to cover the people you care about. From critical illness and retirement to investment opportunities. Application is easier. Approval time is quicker. And you experience even more convenience with 24/7 online access. So get connected with Guardian Link today. Visit guardianlink.myguardiangroup.com and live secure. Live easy.
You've bought a food product and you now hear that it is being recalled. What do you do? Tune in to the Big Bite Food Safety Show this Friday, 4:30 p.m. on Rebel Jamaica 1. where we will be navigating food recall. We will discuss with industry stakeholders
Welcome back to the second and final segment. This segment is an interesting part here. And I want to just take time out and reach out to London called Toughest, right now in New York, listening to Rebel Radio. Yes. And you know, Toughest showed me a thing about the Trio Fest. You know, Wine Jerk and Curry Festival, right? With Third World, Tanto Metro and Devante, Abidja, Rasligid, Rego Band, Faces You Know, and Eclipse International Band, right? And this will be This will be Saturday, August 3. This will be Saturday, August 3, 2024, Charles County Farm Grounds, 8440 Fairground Road, La Plata. Gates open at 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. That's Saturday, August 3, 2024. You'll be hearing more about this. Yes. And of course, you have the sponsors there. And you have some numbers, and we're going to talk to Toughest about this. Going to give him a shout as the date draws near. That's Trio Fest, Wine and Jerk Festival and Curry Festival. Yes, it's a big event, and this thing here is being pushed out by Rebel Radio right here in Jamaica, and you'll be hearing more about this event, of course, in New York. And man, Toughest, we're going to just talk to you more about this and the promoter that is managing and having these artists doing the event. Okay, and I want to just give out my condolences to George Graham. George Graham, let me tell you about this man here now. George Graham, you know, is a man who, you know, live in the community, and you know, he's always affiliated with KC, Kingston College, back in the days when he used to do his thing on Elliston Road. Yes, you know, he supplies lunches and all that for the school's children in those time back in the 80s and 90s. And of course, how I get to know George at that time, he was a former domino player starting from Kamika All Stars. That's where I met him as a youth, and you know, he's one of the person who brought me in and showed me how to play domino at that time. And you know, the rest is history right there, that I started from Kamika. You see, I had a friend by the name of Fruity who he plays with. We call him the Shot Piece Posse. I was a part of the Shot Piece Posse too. Myself and my brother Andrew, who is in New York right now. And George wasn't well, and had passed on, and his funeral service will be Friday, July 26th that is set up at 11 Road of Kencott, and the funeral service will be at 42 East Street, Kingston, time 10 a.m. You'll be hearing more about this for George. And yes, of course, I will be there because that man has contributed a lot for me when I was a youth coming up, playing dominoes back then for Kamika and a lot of other clubs. He was even the captain of the JB national team that England played against, and you know, because of other things now, George came out of the domino, but was still there until he got ill and he passed away. So George Roy Graham, yes, has passed. And my brother who would have loved to be here, that is Andrew, who is in New York at this time. I doubt if he can make it, but I will be there representing because we both grow. My brother used to work with George, and we are going to just make sure represent him because he has done a lot for us. Rest R.I.P. George, as I say this, and let everyone know that this man is a good man in our community, and to myself and my brother. Okay, let us get back to the music. We have a few minutes to leave before, of course, we're going to introduce Steve Machette right here in this chair at Rebel Radio. And yeah, and you'll be seeing more and you can hear from him of what he's doing. And of course, he'll be giving you a live song right here. And you'll hear more about Steve Machette. But we're just going to leave you with something. Choosing one with Intre Money.
Me know you hear me. I me know you hear me clearly. And you are saving me. Father, me thank you daily. Me know you hear me cry clearly. And on me journey, me know you lead me. You're not deceive me. And when the road gets dark, you put a light in front of me, 'cause I'm the chosen one. I see temptations every day, but I walk away. I have my part to play. The most I talk to me. The devil I try to overthrow, but true blessing God make it flow. My father never left me out the door. Physically, spiritually, me a grow. Father, me thank you daily. Me know you hear me prayer clearly. And on me journey, me know you lead me. You're not deceive me. And when the road get dark, you put a light in front of me. 'Cause I'm the chosen one. I see this world surrounded by
Intra Money. You know, I want to just know how things are going with you back up there in St. Thomas. Yes, reaching out to you this one that you do on River Radio.
And they push aside the good. They make you feel like the devil will win. Yes, they are swimming in sin. Father, me thank you daily. Me know you hear me prayer clearly. And on my journey, me know you lead me. You're not deceive me. And when the road gets dark, you put a light in front of me. 'Cause I'm the chosen one. I'm here to give words of substance. Intra money is not about ignorance. I here to lead the people to the future. One love, one heart, I'm here to conquer. Almighty God is my sponsor. To evil I don't answer. Father, me thank you daily. Me know you hear me prayer clearly. And on my journey, me know you lead me. You're not deceive me. And when the road gets dark, you put a light in front of me. 'Cause I'm the chosen one. I'm the chosen one. I'm the
chosen one. Intra Money. Okay. This is You Say, another cover song by Coney from Philippines. You Say, listen to This one called Turn Up with Ginger and Bounty Killer, the remix. Yes, the man himself, Ginger. You know, anywhere you're right now, my brother, just continue blaze it with the music, Ginger. And of course, the veteran Bounty Killer himself. You know, the man who really responsible for dancehall at this time in Jamaica. So yes, hear this one with Ginger and Bounty Killer taking us up to the time when you'll surely have the man himself, Steve Conqueror.
It's Bounty Killer and Reggae Ginger. The ladies are free with passenger. Ginger, as the gal them turn up in you.
Yeah, man, that one is special. I want to tell you, say, my lady, respect, because and I everywhere have this, you know. And for those a Ginger in the States, I know, and him just, I don't know how them do it. And the Killer, Turn Up, you know, the remix, and it's a honor for no say, I get this right here at Rebel Radio. Ginger, we will talk.
It's Bounty Killer and Reggae Ginger. The ladies are free with passenger. Ginger, as the gal them turn up in you. Baby, I love you. I really love you. Baby, I love you. Ginger said, baby, I think turn up on your feet, so right. You think turn up on your clothes so tight. Baby, you think turn up on your feet so right. You think turn up on your clothes so tight. Say alright, can you make Queen Royal straight up? She way up, no makeup, pretty skin and face up, pretty pics full page up. Like a dream, the beauty still lingers when she wake up. With the back of compliments, me a feel full and raise up. We feel like wrong, your extravagance make some of them look up down. Can you shape it food, me out where you're not man down. And you're a gift from me, my gift for you at run down. You don't look like value. Baby, you think turn up on your feet so right. You think turn up on your clothes so tight. Baby, you think turn up on your feet so right. You think turn up on your clothes so tight. Come make me water your little pretty flowers. You say you link with Amber and tell your powers. Roots when you're busting and me in the hours. Man stand tall just like the Twin Towers. To make you dance all the salsa. Picky your full length and never quarter. And if I love you, you get brighter. Every time we touch, you get sweet. Baby, you think turn up on your feet so right. up, she way up, no makeup. Pretty skin and face up, pretty pics full page up. Like a dream, the beauty still lingers when she wake up. With a back of compliments, me have the full of days up. With feel like down, your extravagance make some of them look up down. Can you shape it food, me out when you're not man down. And you're rocking from me, my teeth, so you want random. You turn up like fire.
Turn up all your fits alright. You can turn up all your clothes are tight. Baby, you can turn up all your fits alright. You can turn up all your clothes are tight. Baby, you can turn up.
Man, we're ushering in this time, yeah, man. Let's say a conqueror.
See I a conqueror. And when him speaking, no need no back answer, yeah. Rastafari a conqueror. When him talking, no need no back answer, yeah. Selassie I a conqueror. And when him speaking, no need no back answer, yeah. Rastafari a conqueror. When him
The man himself, Steve Machette.
Rubber dub roots. Rubber dub roots a conqueror. Drink one and you're strong like a monster. Yeah, see it ya then. Rubber dub roots a conqueror. Drink one and you're strong like a monster. Yeah, see it ya now. It natural to the highest extent. You drink one, you a go buy one again.
Selassie I a conqueror. And when him speaking, no need no back answer, yeah. Rastafari a conqueror. When him talking, no need no back answer, yeah. Selassie I a conqueror. And when him speaking, no need no back answer, yeah.
Immediately as we come in right here now, we're going to take a little time out of the seats here now for about a minute, and when I return back, you'll see the man himself, the conqueror, Steve Machette, and we are about to just take a short break.
Them don't say him higher than them. That's why him put a fire upon them. They could do give what him require from them. That's why him say the ghetto youth and live a fire upon them. So them try sabotage the lion. Then the things hard on the lion. The enemy make him fierce, no trial. With them with craft and fire. Why? Them attack him in the brutality suit. Them a try stop him food. Them no want him for the youth. They say the other half was never been told. Well, this one is coming from the ancient scroll. Selassie I a conqueror. When him speaking, no need no back answer, yeah. See it ya then, far I a conqueror. When him talking, no need no back answer, yeah. Rastafari a conqueror. When him talking, no need no back answer, yeah. Selassie I a conqueror. When him talking, no need no back answer, yeah. Why? So who are they that rise against the Most High, shorten their days and get their sins multiplied? Whoa, why? Selassie I a conqueror. When him speak, him no need no back answer, yeah. Rastafari a conqueror. When him talking, no need no back answer, yeah. Teacher then, Selassie I a conqueror. When him talking, no need no back answer, yeah. Rastafari a conqueror.
One, two. Right.
sing Mariah Conqueror, when him talk, we no need no back and see it ya now. Them know say him higher than them. That's why him put a fire upon them. They could not give what him require from them. That's why him save the ghetto youths and left a prayer upon them. Them know say him higher than them. That's why him put a fire upon them. They could not give what him require from them. That's why him save the ghetto youths and left a prayer upon them. Conqueror. When him speak, him no need no back answer. Rastafari a conqueror. When him talk, him no need no back answer. Selassie a conqueror. And when him speak, we no need no back answer. Rastafari a conqueror. When him talk, we no need no back answer. See it ya now. Them know say him higher than them. That's why him put a fire upon them. They could not give what him require from them. That's why him save the ghetto youths and left a prayer upon them. Them know say him higher than them. That's why him put a fire upon them. They could not give what him require from them. That's why him save the ghetto youths and left a prayer upon them. So them try sabotage the lion. They make things hard pon the lion. The enemy make him face no trial. With them witchcraft and vile. Why? Them attack him in the brutality suit. Them a try stop him food. Them no want him feed the youth. They say the other half has never been told. When this one is coming from the ancient scroll. Selassie a conqueror. When him speak, him no need no back answer. Rastafari a conqueror. When him talk, him no need no back answer. See it ya now.
Let's say. A lot can come, a lot will be coming, you know, because we're short right now to what me say, and reggae is really the life of the people, which some feel sometimes to understand, you know. We sing about what we see happen, or what is in presence, or even sometimes the past, most of the past, because when you know your past, you can know your future. Which I think we nation blinded in these times, so blind can't lead blind. Yes, so we have to speak to them through the music.
Through the music.
You understand me? And right now we're in a perilous time right now. You know? So most of the people were blind and depend upon we to say something at them here. Although we have blockers out there now, because you have people with them own ulterior motive, but the word that we say still. It's said round here where even if you speak the truth sometimes it hurts, and if you tell lie again it still hurts. So we're there in the middle. We still have to give them the truth.
Alright.
No offense.
As I can see, we have something, time is of the essence now, Steve, but I know that you have a lot of things that you can say and contribute.
But we'll go as well, yeah.
Yes. But time not going to allow at this time. Now, dear, we have a product by the name of Rubber Dub.
Yeah, Rubber Dub,
Rubber Dub, right. And because of the Conqueror thing now, which you know said, the drink itself is coming in on the market and is looking to conquer the scene now with this drink named Rubber Dub. So even though at this time we are trying to push it, and I must apologize at this time because the company was supposed to get it to us, but Steve can tell you something about it, and lyrically and otherwise, which he can pass something to us, telling us about this Rubber Dub wine. I wanted to be short about it.
Now, organically, it is good for the body, yeah, and it's a natural process wine, yeah. It's very natural to the extent wherein I go and think when you start drinking it, you're not going to avoid it,
So we are going to just, that is just briefly about, but we're going to do something about it again. I will be hearing more about it.
Yes, sir.
So at this time, we'll just have to wrap up and you'll be hearing more about it.
Everybody sail at new budget supplies. Do-it-yourself professionals and contractors. This is the sale for you. Lumber, steel, dress and form ply, water tanks, pumps, PVC pipes and fittings, toilets, bathtubs, vanities and basins, windows, paint, doors, floor and wall tiles, insects and grout. Up to 20% off selected items. 195 Hagley Road. Telephone 923-4560. New budget supplies. Always the best prices.
Steven!
Grandpa, why you dressed up, sir? Where you going?
But see ya. Me have business to do down by JPS and I want Steven to carry me. I want to find out how much me want to pay them.
Grandpa, people don't do that again.
What do you mean?
Pops is modern days. JPS has efficient IVR.
IVR?
Customer service. They did all over the phone.
We have recognized the number that you are calling from as being attached to account number 301832.
Now, how them get me new number? And how them know it's me?
Grandpa, I updated your account with your new number. So when you call JPS, they already know it's you, so them just going to give you your information.
Look what them make this see.
Grandpa, you don't have to go to JPS for everything.
Thank God for you young people.
Cool Oasis service stations are the fastest, coolest service stations around. Drive through and buy your phone cards from Cool Biz. Yes, it's easy. No paper, no pin. From the fastest, coolest service stations. Quality fuels, lubricants, and refreshments at the lowest prices. The cleanest restrooms and the smoothest service to make your drive even cooler. From the fastest, coolest service stations, get cool service and cool stuff fast at Cool Oasis service stations island-wide.
It's Tools Hardware and Supplies New Year New Finishes Sale. Unbelievable low prices all month long. Shop for your new finishes for your bathroom, kitchen, living room,
porcelain and ceramic tiles, windows, doors, paints, and more.
And remember, when you think tiles, think Tools. For the finest quality at the lowest prices. Shop now.
So come visit us at 279 Spanish Town Road, 4 South Camp Road, 8 Red Hills Road,
or online at toolsja.com. Tools!
The Lion King of
Everyday living, we make it worthwhile. We give people real value. Oh, what a style! From kitchen to bathroom, a whole heap of tile. Home and things for everyday living. Nice up your home, fix up every room. Shop every day, shop real value. Fixtures and faucets to catch your eye. We have the options, we have the style. Everyday living, so versatile. We give people real value. Oh, what a style! Lowest price guarantee on everything you see. Home and things for everyday living.
How would you like the protection you want when you want it? With Guardian Link, you can go from one click to totally covered with 24-hour access to a range of plans designed to cover the people you care about. From critical illness and retirement to investment opportunities, application is easier, approval time is quicker, and you'll experience even more convenience with 24/7 online access. So get connected with Guardian Link today. Visit guardianlink.myguardiangroup.com and live secure, live easy.
Welcome to the Big Bite Food Safety Show, where we will bring you the latest insights, tips, and discussions on all things food safety. I'm Alison Richards, your food safety girl and host. In a world where what we eat impacts our health and well-being, it's crucial to stay informed. Whether you are a home cook, a food industry professional, or simply someone who wants to make safer, smarter choices about what you consume, you're in the right place. In each episode, we'll delve into topics ranging from proper food handling techniques to emerging trends in foodborne illness prevention. Get ready to satisfy your hunger for knowledge and join me on this journey to ensure that every meal is not only delicious, but also safe. Let's take a bite. Today's show is all about food recalls. What is a food recall? Reasons for a food recall, regulatory framework surrounding food recalls, the process of initiating a food recall, communication and notification, and consumer actions during a recall, the impact on the industry and consumer trust, and preventive measures in recall management, consumer rights and responsibilities. These are the topics we'll be talking about today. We will be joined later in the show by Ms. Joyce Campbell, founding member and former president of the National Consumers League, and Shanae Davis-Mills, a food quality control practitioner, as we navigate this important food safety topic. Remember to send any questions you may have to my WhatsApp line at 876-802-5114. Now, as usual, let's get into some food safety news. Now, our first news item is that despite concerns from the St. James Health Department about food safety, after Hurricane Beryl's devastation, several food vendors and shop owners in the parish have said that they have implemented measures to ensure that their products are safe for consumers. Since the passage of the hurricane, the St. James Health Department has conducted food hygiene checks at 179 food handling establishments, of which 35 were deemed unsatisfactory. Some 830 kilograms of meat were condemned, and the health authorities say they will be expanding these checks into rural communities. Our second news item is that health inspectors who have declared almost 400 kilograms of meat at a business place or at business places in St. Anne as unfit for consumption are warning residents to be careful when buying items that need to be refrigerated in order to be safe to eat. Food service has been affected by the hurricane, and we have so far condemned in excess of 369 kilograms of meat products from commercial entities which either suffered because they didn't have adequate refrigeration or backup supply to run their refrigeration units, said the parish's Chief Public Health Inspector Leroy Scott. Mr. Scott was speaking at a Thursday morning monthly meeting at the St. Anne Municipal Corporation. Scott told the meeting that in the wake of Hurricane Beryl, which left sections of several parishes without electricity after it pummeled parts of Jamaica last Wednesday, his teams have made an effort to inspect commercial establishments and dispose of unsafe food. The work continues, and he stressed that previously refrigerated items should not go without refrigeration for more than 1 day. He further stated that particularly meat products, dairy, juices, and drinks, we ask that persons only buy small amounts of products that require refrigerating temperature, only enough to be used in a day. And once it's prepared, it needs to be consumed within 4 hours if there is no refrigerator. Buy and eat day to day, he stressed. The hurricane has also interrupted the piped water supply, and the health inspector asked individuals to make an effort to ensure water being consumed is safe. He has urged consumers to be very careful of the quality of water used for domestic purposes. In another news item, health officials have condemned more than 15,000 pounds of food from hundreds of food establishments across the country since the passage of Hurricane Beryl. Director of Environment Health at the Ministry of Health and Wellness, Michael Williams, made this revelation on Monday afternoon via a radio media. Mr. Williams noted that the majority of the food condemned came from establishments along the south coast. Another news item is that back some time ago, there was the big furor about Alice, the crab vendor. Now on Monday, or earlier this week, Alice Waugh was fined actually $250,000 for breaching the Public Health Act in a corporate area court. Waugh was charged on an indictment for defecating in a food handling facility. She pleaded guilty to the offense on a previous occasion in this Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court. Health officials shut down the stores at Crab Circle after a video of Waugh surfaced on social media. In it, she's seen defecating in her area and cleaning herself with toilet paper, which she then disposes in a bucket. At the time, the Chief Public Health Inspector, Grayson Hutchinson, described the vendor's action as a disgusting and unpleasant act, and the fine was imposed by Senior Parish Judge Sanchia Burrell, who indicated that if the monies were not paid, Waugh faces a 30-day imprisonment time. Now, that's the news for this week. And as you can see, it was all local news, which I'm happy to report. And you will notice that the event or the aftermath of Beryl has left us with a lot of food safety incidents. And it is good to see that the government has actually been active in trying to protect consumers in that way. Now, into our main segment for today. A few weeks ago, I ran a poll with 2 questions for the participants. One was, do you feel confident in your ability to identify and respond to food recalls? 60% indicated yes, while 20% said no, and the other 20% said they were not sure. The other question that was asked was, what resources or information do you rely on to stay informed about food safety alerts? 66% indicated that they rely on online resources, and only 53 relied on news outlets. Some relied on consumer organizations, and the least amount relied on government agencies. Now, let's talk about food recalls, which is what our discussion is today. What is a food recall? A food recall is an action taken by a manufacturer, a food manufacturer, or a distributor to remove a product from the market because it may pose a risk to consumers. There are 3 classes of recalls. We have class 1. So a recall may be voluntary, and it may be mandatory. So it's voluntary when the manufacturer finds problems and it activates a recall, or it may be mandatory when an authority dictates the recall due to the manufacturer's failure to acknowledge that there is a food safety concern. Now, there are three classes. Class 1, it describes a situation in which there is a reasonable probability that the use of or exposure to a violative product will cause serious adverse health or consequences of death, and the product must be recalled within 24 hours. Class 2 describes a situation in which the use of or exposure to a violative product may cause temporary adverse effects, and Class 3 describes a situation in which the use of or exposure to a violative product is not likely to cause any adverse consequences. Now, what is the reason for a food recall? There are several reasons, and the most common reasons include contamination, mislabeling, packaging defects, foreign objects, quality control issues, and regulatory compliance. Now, today we have online with us Miss Joyce Campbell, the founding member and past president of the National Consumers League. And the National Consumers League is a non-profit, non-government agency that was established in 1966 to advance consumer knowledge, awareness about products, services, price, market trends, and their rights and responsibilities to enable them to make informed choices. Another guest is Mrs. Shanae Davis Mills, who is a certified quality control practitioner with over 10 years experience in quality management systems in the baking industry, which has included the implementation and monitoring of GFSI standards and conducting mock recalls. Hello, good afternoon, ladies.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Thank you for joining us today. And I am so excited to get this discussion on the way, because I think we have been seeing a lot of food recalls happening most recently, and it leaves us to wonder, is this a epidemic we're coming up on? And I think consumers on a whole, there's some concern. Persons are concerned because they're not really sure, one, what is a food recall? And I know that locally, food recalls are not mandatory, and that government entities such as the Bureau of Standards and Public Health and any other relevant agency tasked with enforcing food safety are responsible for making recommendations for recalls once the need for one has been identified. Refusal to recall products that is when the government agency usually steps in.
The Bureau of Standards usually do recall.
Yes, that is true. So they usually intervene to issue notices to consumers with the hope that consumers will act accordingly. So let's just get right into this discussion. Miss Davis Mills, how do contaminants such as bacteria, allergens, and foreign objects typically get into food? Since this is one of the major causes of food recalls, which is microbial contamination, how do these contaminants usually get into food products?
Okay, so food can become contaminated through a variety of sources. So cross-contamination, whether through insufficient hand washing, insufficient utensil or equipment washing, inadequate separation of raw from cooked, insufficient segregation of allergenic products. For example, persons may make products with nuts as well as other products. And they think, okay, if I store the nuts, I'm on the radio, in one particular place, that's okay. But the thing is, they probably have peanut and cashew and almonds, and each of those need to be separated from each other.
That's true.
June, please hold. Junior, who is that out there? There's also,
Mrs. Mills.
Okay, there's also insufficient cleaning. This can allow bacteria to breed and create biofilm. Biofilm is their defense mechanism when you try to clean them, but you didn't get rid of it properly. So there's no stuck to the surface, and it's increasingly difficult to get rid of them. Insufficient cleaning can also provide food and harborage areas for pests. And inadequate pest proofing is also another possible question.
Okay, and what do you mean by pest proofing?
Screening, so adequate screening for your windows, any openings that you have. Remember, a very small opening under your door. As long as a pen can go under that door, then that's way too much space. screening those areas.
Okay, thank you. And how are food safety issues typically detected? So you're in a manufacturing space, and you're how do you guys, from your experience, how do you what do you have in place that would give you the ability to detect that there may be a food safety issue coming about?
So all food manufacturers should have a list of control points that they monitor at a defined frequency. So whenever these set limits have been violated, it should prompt an investigation, and that may include some lab testing to see if the food is safe or not.
Okay. And I think it's also important to add that in a part of getting these parameters in place, it's just an an integrated approach is really to develop a food safety plan. So this plan is going to include every single thing that could go wrong in your food manufacturing space, and how are you going to prevent it from happening, and in the event that it does happen, what do you do?
Right. You need to identify all the potential hazards related to your products, your ingredients, your manufacturing process, the equipment that you use, the area that your manufacturing facility is located in. You need to identify all the hazards associated with those and put mitigation measures in place.
All right. So my next question for you is, before we get to Ms. Campbell, is what steps do companies take once a potential food safety issue is identified? Talk us through the process of a recall.
Okay, sure. So it's always good to have a recall plan first and foremost, and to at least once a year test it out, a mock recall. So this recall plan should include you determining whether or not you really have an issue that requires a recall. And to do that, you do need a recall team. That team should be comprised of a cross-section across your company. So it should have your plant manager, somebody from PR, somebody from finance, somebody from logistics. Alison?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Okay, good.
The line is awfully quiet, but I'm hearing you.
Yes. All right. Determine where these products are. So if these products are in your warehouse, then isolate them. Tag them so that no one knows, so that everyone knows it should not go out.
That's true.
If they've already been sent out, then identify how much and where.
So question, does a recall usually include all of the products for that particular brand? Is it a particular lot? Is it a particular size product? How is that usually narrowed down? Or is it just the entire brand of... Hello?
For the recall. So it could be just a lot of a particular product that's affected. It could be that they've had to do a recall because of an ingredient. That ingredient is in many different products. So it depends on the reason for the recall.
Okay. That's very good information. All right. Ms. Campbell, are you still with us?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so my question for you, and I want you to share with our listeners who are here and eager to learn as consumers. What impact do you think food recalls have on consumers and the general public?
Well, the impact is that if they hear there's a recall, that means that something is wrong with the food, and because of that, they don't want to ingest foods that are not good for their consumption.
That's true.
So that is what should happen. But every manufacturer, when they manufacture any kind of food, should have on labels or on the tins or whatever, best before such a date. Best before use or best before eat now, whatever, best before the expiry date. Because let us remember, when foods are manufactured, they can only last by so many days or months in that medium.
Okay, that's true.
So therefore, there is supposed to be a cutoff date when you use that food, or a best before date when you use the food, either on the label or on the tin itself, stamped.
Okay, you've made an excellent point there, and it reinforces consumer knowledge. So as Ms. Campbell has said, all food manufacturing products should have a label, one, and two, they should have some date indicator. So either it's your production date, well, it's supposed to have a lot code indicating the date it was produced. However, what is most important is a best before date or an expiration date. And this date is generated to show the shelf life of the product. So once that date is here or has passed, the food may not be safe for consumption, and it's not advised that consumers consume same.
Yes.
If your product does not have a label or a date, it is your right as a consumer to make a report.
To inquire, yes.
To inquire.
Or you can return it,
That is correct, Ms. Campbell. You return the product to wherever you purchased it from, and you have the right to retrieve your funds.
To say you don't see an expiry date on it, or you don't see a best before date before. Use before, best before use, right?
Yes. Now, Ms. Campbell, what do you recommend to consumers? So a consumer is sitting home this evening and they get news report that something that they're in their refrigerator, or they probably don't even know if they have it, but they hear on the news that this particular product is being recalled. What is your advice to that consumer?
If it is being recalled, take it back to where they bought it.
Okay. I hope you guys are hearing. You take your product back to where you bought it.
Yes,
some persons may want to just throw it away if they can risk the financial loss, but you have a right.
I would not throw it away. Go take it back to where you buy, because they have the manufacturers and themselves. Should they send it back with the manufacturer, because the manufacturers want it to come back to them? Baby, wait. My granddaughter is here with me now. No, bye.
Okay, so Miss Campbell is saying
that she's read on the phone and she's excited.
Okay.
Yes.
So we should take our products back to where we purchased.
But yes, right. And they have a right.
You have the option to take it back to the manufacturer. So there's usually the information for the manufacturer that's listed on the label.
Yes.
You can make contact and make arrangements to take it back.
Yes, right.
Now, Miss Campbell, I know you're a stalwart in the consumer space.
Yes.
Can you recall any food recalls that happened in Jamaica throughout your time?
Many times we have had food recalls here many times.
Is there one recall that has stood out in your mind?
No, I can't remember it because we have had several food calls.
Several.
Yes.
Okay.
But I can't remember.
There was a recall back in 2020, I believe. I think that was probably our last major recall of some tasty patties.
Yeah.
Some chicken and beef patties, and even the FDA got involved because that is the implication of a product. So you make your product locally, and of course, they would do export for patties.
But if it's just a patty, that's a different thing from maybe the canned food or the whatever.
Okay, yes. So Tasty had a recall going, and I know the FDA issued an alert as well due to it being an exported product.
Yes.
And so, it's just very important to know where to get this type of information from, and to have the dialogue with our friends and loved ones to spread the news about food recalls, because a lot
but usually the media would always say it out, when there's a food recall, the media should always say it out. Yes.
All right. So Miss Campbell, I'd like to thank you for joining us this afternoon.
Yes,
you're welcome. For taking time out of your busy schedule.
Yes, I'm sorry that my granddaughter come and make a little disruption.
No, man, that is fine. We understand how life works. So we're gonna go for a break now. Mrs. Mills, please stay on the line. We have a few more questions for you. But thank you, Miss Campbell.
You're welcome.
We're gonna go for a break now, and when we return.
Yes, and I hope I was of use to you.
Most definitely.
Okay.
All right. So thank you and take care.
at New Budget Supplies. Do-it-yourself professionals and contractors. This is the sale for you. Lumber, steel, dress and form ply, water tanks, pumps, PVC pipes and fittings, toilets, bathtubs, vanities and basins, windows, paint, doors, floor and wall tiles, insects and grout. Up to 20% off selected items. 195 Hagleyburg Road. Telephone 923-4560. New Budget Supplies. Always the best prices.
Steven! Steven!
Grandpa, why you dressed up, sir? Where you going?
But see ya. Me have business to do down by JPS and I want Steven to carry me. I want to find out how much me want to pay them.
Grandpa, people don't do that again.
What do you mean?
Pops, it's modern days. JPS has efficient IVR.
IVR?
Customer service. They need all over the phone.
We have recognized the number that you are calling from as being attached to account number 301832.
You know how them get me new number and how them know it's me.
Grandpa, I updated your account with your new number. So when you call JPS, they already know it's you. So them just going to give you your information.
Look what them this.
Grandpa, you don't have to go to JPS for everything.
Thank God for you, no young people.
Cool Oasis service stations are the fastest, coolest service stations around. Drive through and buy your phone cards from Cool Biz. Yes, it's easy. No paper, no pin. From the fastest, coolest service stations. Quality fuels, lubricants, and refreshments at the lowest prices. The cleanest restrooms and the smoothest service to make your drive even cooler. From the fastest, coolest service stations, get cool service and cool stuff fast at Cool Oasis service stations island-wide.
It's Tools, Hardware and Supplies New Year, New Finishes sale. Unbelievable low prices all month long. Shop for your new finishes for your bathroom, kitchen, living room.
Porcelain and ceramic tiles, windows, doors, paints, and more.
And remember, when you think tiles, think Tools. For the finest quality at the lowest prices. Shop now.
So come visit us at 279 Spanish Town Road, 4 South Camp Road, 8 Red Hills Road.
Or online at toolsja.com.
Tools!
The Lion King of Hard
Everyday living, we make it worthwhile. We give people real value. Oh, what a style! From kitchen to bathroom, a whole heap of tile. Home and things for everyday living. Nice up your home, fix up every room. Shop every day, shop real value. Fixtures and faucets to catch your eye. We have the options, we have the style. Everyday living, so versatile. Real people, real value. Oh, what a style! Lowest price guarantee on everything you see. Home and things for everyday living.
How would you like the protection you want when you want it? With Guardian Link, you can go from one click to totally covered with 24-hour access to a range of plans designed to cover the people you care about. From critical illness and retirement to investment opportunities. Application is easier. Approval time is quicker, and you'll experience even more convenience with 24/7 online access. So get connected with Guardian Link today. Visit guardianlink.myguardiangroup.com and live secure. Live easy.
Food Safety Show. And we still have online Mrs. Shanae Davis Mills, a food quality control practitioner who has experience in the baking industry, and we're just continuing our discussions about food recalls. What are food recalls? How, based on her experience, having over 10 years experience, her insights on what food recalls look like, and the importance of them and the importance of implementing food recall plans in food manufacturing facilities and establishments. So thank you for waiting with us, Mrs. Mills.
It's my pleasure.
Okay, so let's talk about some technologies that food manufacturers have employed to assist in maintaining food safety systems that would lead to eventually preventing food recalls?
Okay. We spoke about identifying your physical hazard easy to get control of, like a metal detector or sieve. Using computerized management, food safety systems, and have all your processes.
Okay.
On the computer, minimizing paper. Something with schedule your audit, it schedules them for you.
Okay.
And sends it. It's a way of monitoring your exercises and your practices so that if something is off, it can be fixed before there's.
Hello?
Alison?
Oh, yes, you're sounding a bit spotty. So you were saying that in the implementation of computerized systems that allow you to effectively track and monitor systems or sections of your systems within the organization.
Yes.
Okay.
So you can detect the issue before it becomes a problem.
And that's very important. What about your in-house quality control? Is there any technologies that you're using to detect any pathogens? So I know you mentioned the metal detector, but what about on a microbiological level? Is there anything that you're using in-house that would assist in that?
Well, if you have depending on the size of your facility, you can have an in-house microbe lab where you test for indicator organisms. It's always easier to set up one for indicator organisms than one that you set up for pathogen. Comes with extra layer of protection. But, so you can test internally for indicators, and that will give you an idea of whether or not the conditions in your facility will facilitate the growth of pathogens. You can also send your products out for testing. There are a few ISO certified labs here in Jamaica that allow this. So you can send your products, your finished products, your raw materials, even your environmental samples, and collect them and have them tested for the pathogens that are most relevant to your facility.
Okay, excellent. And let's talk about how recalls affect companies involved, both financially and reputationally. So, based on your experience, or just ways in which you can imagine a recall affecting a company?
Okay, so fortunately, I've never had to be a part of recalls, but we do mock recalls. And based on all that's involved, it's easy to see how the financial aspect will become a lot. So, as you can imagine, there's a cost associated with the removal of products. When you get them back, you have to dispose of them, and that also incurs a cost. If someone is seriously injured from the product, then, of course, the legal suit.
Yes.
There's reputational damage, and I don't think there's a cost that you can put for reputational damage.
That's true.
Right, so even products that aren't affected by the recall, people are now skeptical. Should I buy this? It's by the same company. If they have a problem with this product, it's so easy for them with this product as well. And then you have less persons picking up your product, and of course less revenue.
Yeah, so we're seeing how a food recall can literally damage or run a company into ruin. And earlier, the viewers or listeners would have heard when I spoke about recalls being mandatory or voluntary. And that is why, and I think that is mostly why most governments have taken the approach to not have laws that we're going to issue or force a company to do our food recall. They give some bit of a responsibility, and I think that is in good faith to companies to have proper systems in place to detect any issues, and also that responsibility and goodwill to their consumers that if there's something wrong, you're brave enough to say, guys, this is what's wrong with our product. We don't want it to be sick. And I think that on a whole encourages consumers, versus a company who you heard that the government had to intervene. Yes. So I think, yes, there would be a reputational damage. Yes, there's financial loss. However, I think with how a company handles the possibility of a food recall, that kind of speaks to the longevity of the business post-recall and the view or consumer brand confidence that the consumers will have in that particular company. So you mentioned something pretty important there.
Oh, and Alison,
sure.
a company that has a good traceability system,
yes,
will be able to narrow down even more effectively what is impacted, and the better you are at narrowing it down.
Yes.
Let's say you can narrow down not only to a lot, but lot is made between this time and this time. If you can do such a thing,
yes,
you are more likely to regain customer confidence easily.
I totally agree. And just for consumer knowledge, I'm not sure how many of us would look at a particular, probably a bottle of drink, a bottle of water, and that code writing on the water, you would literally see the time. So, and that time indicates the time at which the product was actually packaged and labeled and at the end of production line. That is how these larger companies are able to restrict any issues they may have. So as Mrs. Mills said, when you have that, when you narrow down your traceability system to literally seconds, you're able to literally recoup more, or your loss is less. And you are able to restrict your recall if there needs to be one. And do know that recalls are usually the last step. So internally, they've noticed a problem when the checks are done. As I mentioned before, there are several causes of a recall or reasons for a recall. So one is contamination. Yes, you have your biological contaminants, your chemical contaminants, and your physical contaminants. One could just simply be mislabeling. And when I say simply, it's not really simple, because mislabeling could include the omission of an allergen. And an allergen is a particular food component that causes anaphylaxis. Like it goes, your body going into shock and you die because you're allergic. So peanuts, milk, those are things that can cause persons to die. And that is why it is very important that when you're labeling products, it is very important. If you're making a product or that is manufactured with peanut or manufactured in a facility that handles peanut, that has to be declared on the label. And failure to list those, once the regulatory authority catches wind of that, they have the power to recommend a food recall. You also have packaging defects. If you're doing processed meats, we all know that processed meat should be vacuum sealed. That's the reason why when we go into the supermarkets, our processed meats are vacuum sealed, because there's a particular pathogen, Listeria monocytogenes, that is prevalent in processed meat. So that is why you have a vacuum seal. So if you go into the supermarket or maybe the manufacturers have realized that their packages are the vacuum is not being maintained, that is a reason for a recall. It could be poor plastic that was used. They could realize that there was maybe a little needle on the line that was piercing the products. So those are all reasons. It could be that they find that a piece of plastic, or the other day last week I reported on a piece of plastic being found in some potato salads. That is a reason for a recall, because as simple as a piece of plastic is, somebody could choke on it, a child could choke on it and die. So there are so many reasons why a food recall might be issued. All of them must be taken seriously. And I think that is what Mrs. Mills is hinting at. Now, Miss Mills, is there anything else you'd like to share with our listeners for this afternoon about food recalls? Anything you want them to keep in mind? Anything that you have experienced that you think is important for our listeners to hear, and in particular manufacturers, since that is your specialty? Any word of advice you'd like to give to them?
Okay, for manufacturers, all is not lost. There is a way to almost guarantee that you hopefully never have to have a recall. That was strict quality control. So we had to, identify all your pressure and put control measures in. Not just put them in place and forget them, but audit them regularly. Right. Audit their effectiveness. Do you need to change it? Do you need to change frequency? Monitor those factors. Remember to audit your suppliers as well. Sometimes recalls aren't because you made because you had a problem, but your supplier did. Your ingredients. So audit your supplier. Ask for their food safety certificate, inspection reports. There are at least 2 local bodies that do inspections annually. Ask for these. Ask to visit so that you can see the process for yourself.
Yes.
Invest in employee training and awareness, because you can put the best system in place, and if your employees don't know why they do what they do, they'll still have a problem. There's still the potential for contamination.
Yeah.
And of course, like we said, ensure that you have a good traceability system, so that in the event that something does happen, you can catch it quickly and narrow it down as best as possible.
Okay, wonderfully said, Mrs. Mills. I'm hoping that these tips have proven useful to our listeners.
I hope so.
Thank you for joining us and accepting the invitation to be a part of this discussion today. You handled and delivered with some very useful information. So thank you for joining us, and have a good evening.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. So there you have it, listeners. Food recalls. We've heard from 2 experts today. We heard from Joyce Campbell, who is a founding member of the National Consumers League and a past president of the National Consumers League. And we heard from Mrs. Shanae Davis Mills, who is a food quality control practitioner with over 10 years experience in the industry. Just to wrap up, there are some important tips I want you guys to always remember as it relates to food recalls. Number 1, stay informed about recalls. I want you to regularly check your food safety resources. One such resource is the Food Safety Girl, myself. On our Instagram page, I post daily recall updates. Any food safety news locally and internationally are shared there. We are also on Facebook, the Food Safety Girl. Check your local newspapers. Sometimes I've seen recalls being advertised in the paper. And subscribe to any known food safety resource recall alert system that you may be aware of. Knowledge is power, and staying informed about recent recalls can help you avoid potentially unsafe products. Whatever mode you use to keep updated, ensure that it is a trusted source. The second point is to understand labels. Learn to read food labels effectively. Check for expiration dates, as Mr. Campbell said earlier, allergen information, and any signs of tampering. Labels always provide valuable information about the nutritional content and the origin of the product. Also, Food recalls are usually restricted to particular lots of foods and not the entire brand. As Mrs. Mills and I were discussing just now, that there are mechanisms that persons can put in place, in particular manufacturers, that allows them to narrow the scope of their recall. So no need to panic, just pay attention to the recall details. The recalls usually have the lot numbers for the particular products that are being recalled. So if ice cream is being recalled, don't just throw away the entire box until you have checked your lot number and the expiration date. My third tip for you is to practice safe food handling. Proper storage, cooking, and handling of food can significantly reduce the risk of foodborne illnesses. Keep your kitchen and your manufacturing space clean, implement sanitation programs, train your staff, as Mrs. Mills says, because persons would love to know why they are being told to wash their hands every half an hour. If they don't necessarily know why they need to wash it, they will see it as being useless, and they probably just won't practice these hygienic instructions that are given to them. Be proactive. If you suspect that a product is unsafe or has been recalled, do not consume it. If you have bought a product and you think that the product has caused illness, please report it. Report it to your local authorities and report it to your doctor. Report your concerns also to the retailer and the manufacturer and follow their guidance, which may include returning the product for a refund, as Ms. Campbell said earlier. And the last tip for you is to support responsible brands. Whenever possible, choose products from companies known for their commitment to quality, safety, and ethical practices. Support these brands, and it actually, supporting them actually encourages a more responsible and sustainable food industry, and one that will lead to fewer food recalls and increased safety amongst consumers. Thank you for tuning in today to the Big Bite Food Safety Show, your go-to source for all things food safety. We hope today's episode has empowered you with valuable insights. Stay informed, stay vigilant, and remember that food safety is everybody's business. Do not forget to stay connected with us via social media on Instagram at The Food Safety Girl JA, on Facebook at The Food Safety Girl, on WhatsApp at 876-802-5114. See you next week. Bon appetit.
When I'm in awesome wonder, consider all thy works thy hand doth make. I see the stars, I hear the mighty thunder, thy power throughout the universe display. Then sings my soul, my Savior God to thee. How great thou art, how great Then sings my soul, my Savior God to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. When through the woods, the forest glades I wander, and hear the birds sing sweetly in the trees. When I look down from lofty mountain grandeur, and hear the moon and feel the gentle breeze, then sings my soul, my Savior God to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, my Savior God to thee. How great thou art, how great thou when I think of God, His Son not sparing, sent Him to die, I scarce can take it in. Then on the cross, my burden gladly bearing, He bled and died to take my sins away. Then sings my soul, my Savior God to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, my Savior God to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, my Savior God to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, my Savior God to thee. How great thou art, Almighty God, how great thou art. I need you, Lord, right now. Yeah, yeah. I must tell Jesus all of my trials. I cannot bear these burdens alone. In my distress, kindly will help me. He ever loves and cares for his own. I must tell Jesus. I must tell Jesus. I cannot be. My burdens alone. I must tell Jesus. I must tell Jesus. Jesus can help me. Only Jesus alone. I must tell Jesus all of my troubles. He is a kind and compassionate friend. If I ask Him, He will deliver. Make all my troubles
the Everybody Sale at New Budget Supplies. Do-it-yourself professionals and contractors. This is the sale for you. Lumber, steel, dress and form ply, water tanks, pumps, PVC pipes and fittings, toilets, bathtubs, vanities and basins, windows, paint, doors, floor and wall tiles, insects and grout. Up to 20% off selected items. 195 Hagleyburg Road. Telephone 923-4560. New Budget Supplies. Always the best prices.
Steven!
Grandpa, why you dressed up, sir? Where you going?
But see, me have business to do down by JPS and I want Steven to carry me. I want to find out how much me want to pay them.
Grandpa, people don't do that again.
What do you mean?
Pops, it's modern days. JPS has efficient IVR.
IVR?
Customer service. They did all over the phone.
We have recognized the number that you are calling from as being attached to account number 301842.
Then how them get me new number? And how them know it's me?
Grandpa, I updated your account with your new number. So when you call JPS, they already know it's you. So them just going to give you your information.
Look where me live, see?
Grandpa, you don't have to go to JPS for everything.
Thank God for you, no young people.
Cool Oasis service stations are the fastest, coolest service stations around. Drive through and buy your phone cards from Cool Biz. Yes, it's easy. No paper, no pin. From the fastest, coolest service stations. Quality fuels, lubricants, and refreshments at the lowest prices, the cleanest restrooms, and the smoothest service to make your drive even cooler. From the fastest, coolest service stations, get cool service and cool stuff fast at Cool Oasis service stations island-wide.
It's Tools, Hardware and Supplies New Year, New Finishes sale. Unbelievable low prices all month long. Shop for your new finishes for your bathroom, kitchen, living room.
Porcelain and ceramic tiles, windows, doors, paints, and more.
And remember, when you think tiles, think Tools. For the finest quality at the lowest prices. Shop now.
So, come visit us at 279 Spanish Town Road, 4 South Camp Road, 8 Red Hills Road.
Or online at toolsja.com.
Tools!
The Lion King of
Everyday living, we make it worthwhile. Real people, real value. Oh, what a style! From kitchen to bathroom, a whole heap of tile. Home and things for everyday living. Nice up your home, fix up every room. Shop every day, shop real value. Fixtures and faucets to catch your eye. We have the options, we have the style. Everyday living, so versatile. Real people, real value. Oh, what a style! Lowest price guarantee on everything you see. Home and things for everyday living.
How would you like the protection you want when you want it? With Guardian Link, you can go from one click to totally covered with 24-hour access to a range of plans designed to cover the people you care about. From critical illness and retirement to investment opportunities. Application is easier, approval time is quicker, and you'll experience even more convenience with 24/7 online access. So get connected with Guardian Link today. Visit guardianlink.myguardiangroup.com and live secure. Live easy.
Welcome back. And it's time for the big people's business. Yes, as you are all aware, if you want to win big money at the track tomorrow, this is where you must be. You must listen to the experts in racing. Dr. Paul Wright and trainer Will Sutar. Gentlemen, take it away.
Thank you very much, Leslie. Welcome to the program. And welcome to the listeners. Racing business, big people business on your station for racing on a Friday. Rebel Radio. We'll have 10 races on top tomorrow, and Supreme Ventures Racing and Entertainment Limited continues to honor the stakeholders in racing. And tomorrow, we'll be honoring 2 horses and jockeys. It is the Jockeys Day at the park, and the Jockeys Blue Trophy is at the feature race. That would be race number 7. with a purse of over $750,000. 7 furlongs they will go, and that is coordinated by 4-year-olds, non-winners of 2. The post time for tomorrow is 12 noon. That's the official post time, but we know that racing will start whenever the people at the top seem fit to get these horses out of the gates and down the track, where you can get an idea of how your money is going. The first race is over 7.5 furlongs or 1,500 meters. It's named in honor of the champion jockey, Ren Lewis, and it is for the restricted allowance 4, affiliated at 4 years and up, non-winners are 3. 12 horses are declared. The Reggae 6 starts here. Just going to remind you of the formula to win the Reggae 6. Your selection, my selection, and Trainer Red Suture selection. And if we all agree, you have a banker and less money to spend, but still to collect a large sum. And with a big carryover, it's $7 million in the Reggae 6. All the big opportunities are available. Double exactive criminal, trifecta, superfecta, high five, and the lucrative rolling triple. Race number 1. Here are my top 4. In the first race of the day. Number 1, Always Right. Shane Richardson riding much better recently. Those of you watching how he moves his horses, and when he goes and when he holds, he's really improving. And who knows if this jockey, when he gets more experience, will be one of the top riders in the country. Already, he has 13 wins this year. He rides this one for Mikey Marlowe. Number 3, Easy Peasy. Shane Nugent and Philip Lee teaming up in this one. Whoever Ricketts is the owner. This one prominent the last 6 furlongs and faded. I'm told that it won't fade tomorrow. So look for a good one for Easy Peasy. Number 5 is Grey Commander, Michael Semple, a visiting jockey from Barbados. We welcome our Caricom brother. Ride this one for Kathleen Murray. And number 12. On the outside, she's my head front. Phil Parchment, a jockey, riding this one for Jason DaCosta. So my top 4 are 1, 3, 5, and 12. I'm going with number 12. And that is She's My Hedge Fund. Just to get the better of number 1, Always Right at an excellent price. And the one they're touting, Easy Peasy. Let's hear from Will Suter, who he likes in race number 1. I sure you have good luck. Number 12, she's my head fund. She got a bit confident. Easy Peasy, that's Parker. 12-3-4 for me. 12-3-4 for Will Suter in the first race. The second race on the program is named in honor of Hardball. That's Robert Halliday. He is one of the top riders in the park, and he has been away, got some experience, came back, and he's doing so well when he came back, probably getting acclimatized back to the heat, but he's now riding at his best. And this second race is named in honor of Robert Halliday. And this race, number 2, is over 7 furlongs or 1,400 meters for 3 years and up. Non-winners are 3. Only 6 declared here, and the catch 9 starts here. Remember the formula, you have to find the winner of all these races. You can have 2 or 3 in every race, but if all 3 of us agree on a horse, that's your banker. Here are my top 3 in race number 2 as we get this show on the road. Number 1, Super Alex, Richard Henry, the apprentice, 4 wins already this year. He rides this one for Carl Hampshire, over Trainer Bina. Number 3, Grecian Lightning, Kevin Foster, for Swaby. And number 4, Rapido, Aaron Shetry. Since he came back, some outsiders. He's just sitting down now and is getting the job done. He rides this one for Nicholas Webby, the son of the great Dan Webby, who trains for his daddy, Oak Ridge Farms. 1, 3, and 4, I believe that Christian Light is going to give Kevin Foster win number 75 as he makes a run to 100 wins for the year. And that's my selection. Richard Light to get the better of Super Alex and El Rapido. What do you say now? Well, Super, I'm going to number 6, which is Duran. Should get the better of number 2, Region 2-4. 6-2-4 for him. 6-2-4 for Well Suter. Number 6 is trained by the master himself, Philip and his young pounder with 8 wins already this year for San Apprentice. And he slips 2 kilograms out this one. But look what Rags to Riches to make a nice bid for this one. Let's shooter to make number 6, Rags to Riches. The third race on the program is named in honor of Radish Roman. Sneaky Fox. Is he riding well? When he gets going, he rides 3-4 winners every day. So look out for him to have a multiple win day again this tomorrow. This race is over 6 furlongs for the Korean Group 200. 250,000. 7 horses are declared here. The place spot 8 starts here. The place spot 8, the first 2. You have to have the first 2 in the next 8 races, and the quick 4, the winner of the next 4 races on the top. And you get some nice dividends from these rounds. In the third race, double exacta and trifecta, you are my top 3 selections. In race number 3, number 2, Sparkling Tradition, Jordan Barrett. This young rider is lost his game, but he's gone 5 winners already. Now this one for Byron Davis, who is yet to get into the winners enclosure. Number 4, Jamal Jones, with Shane Richardson and Norman Smith, teaming up for this one. Can you understand how Norman Smith has no winners so far? Let's hope that he does better in this race. And in the third race, number 6, and that is Sunshine Cat. Kevin Foster, this time for Ryan Darby and Ramos. And that's what Sunshine Cat seems to be a little better than this group, and I have no hesitation in saying that Sunshine Cat should get the better of this group. Jamal James should be the one to follow him home, and if you want a little trifecta, number 2, and that is Sparkling Edition. Will Suter, third race. What's the Sunshine Cat the whole time? I should get better Jamal James and Noble Impulse third. 7-4-3. 6-4-3. That is the section of trainer Will Suter. As we get the trade going for race number 4, go to straight 5. 5 furlongs straight and 1,000 meters straight. Named in honor of this man doesn't know how to lose. He gets his horses into winning positions, and when they lose, it's just another a better horse beating. He really is positioning the horses well. Kevin Foster. This one named in honor of Kevin Foster. He came in group 600 to 750,000. 5 furlongs straight. Only 7 declared, and remember the starting gate will be moved over to the near rail, negating the extra bounce that the outside drawn horses have in this one. Double exacta trifecta, the early star, 5-star starts here. So let's take you my top 3 in race number 4. Number 3, Volatility, with Radish Roman, teaming up there for Anthony Nunes. Anthony Nunes really and spreading out his horses, different people riding different horses, and all of them have good chances. And I think that the jockey colony must be telling Babani is there to take a ball and take a chance on his horses. Number 4, Unruly Boss with Philip Parchment and Carlton Cunningham, teaming up for this one. And number 6, that is Catawba, Sharon Townsend and Raymond Townsend, who trains for himself. Now, folks, this horse is capable of 59 and change on the street. It's the best drawn, but I really forgot. But probably not. These horses are coming down from the big boys. And I think we just realize that volatility. And it is difficult for this big bird to get the better of these experience, right? So it's just going to grade number 3. Volatility to get the better of this one to fly. And number 4, that's Unruly Boss. Race number 4, Will Suter. I think number 2. He will be 2. Well, all is action over the straight course. And then goes out tomorrow. 3-2 for him. 3-2. But Will Suter, he has got with the experience coming down from the group above, and they hope to be able to decide that he is high cleaver. The 5th race on the program goes 6.5 furlongs up 1,300 meters. Named in honor of Champo, multiple champion jockey Omar Walker. Kind of a bad early part of the year, not getting the ride that I thought he would get, but very capable rider. was a little anxious earlier, but seems to have settled down. This news in honor of Omar Walker. 6.5 furlongs, so we made about 5 years and up. 9 years ago, 3. 9 horses are declared here. The twilight 6 starts here. We're going to have the next 6 races on the program. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And here are my top 4 in the race. Number 5. Number 1, Aaron Catry and Spencer Chung. This combination here, folks, I have a thing about this combination. This combination suggests to me that this horse is going to fly. So look for a good run from Missouri. Number 2, Travelers Lodge. Young Townsend, this time riding for Christopher Pearson, who specializes in sprint races. So look for this one to run a good race. Number 3, Anchorman with Kevin Foster and Omar Williams. Omar Williams, small strings, has already had a winner. And number 6, and that's who done it. Parchment and Arnold Rambani Jr. Team for this one. Arnold has 3 wins already from his 8 starts, from his 14 starts, 8 of them this year, and he owns and created this one with Paul Rumble. So the 1, 2, 3, and 6 in race number 5. I'm going with who's on it. He will do it. But the better of number 2, and that is Travelers Lodge. And number 1, Muzo. And I'm guessing Muzo is going to surprise a lot of us tomorrow. Let's see what Will Shooter has to say about the 5th race tomorrow. 5 straight.
I'm going to go with number 3, Anchorman. Anchorman is better than me. Muzo shows signs of breathing and should have a chance, but Anchorman 2 will get better, 3 and 1. 4, 3, 1. 2, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 4. Will Shooter 3, Anchorman to carry home the anchor in Will Shooter's big bets of the day. We turn to the page quickly to get to race number 6. He's going to always produce some good finishes. It's a maiden condition race, a little bit 4 years left. Named in honor of champion lightweight Nancy and Ropey. Died on the track when he fell from a horse, and the 7 horse stepped on his chest, and it was all over. He really was that day was a bad day in racing, and then they go around. 5 furlongs straight, 1,000 meters straight, the late 5 stars starts here. All the best opportunities are available, including the lucrative rolling triple. Race number 6, here are my top 4 starters in this one. Number 1, badly drawn, cruising again with Kevin Foster and Royal Matty, even up for this one. Number 4, Princess Annie Ifia. Princess Ifia, that is Roman and Errol Burke, even up for this one. And I put telephone and getting a bit of calls from the chat, but it's ever not, they took nothing. This one has been a long time. It's the 6th race. Vincent is here. And we'll see about that. Number 8 is Beautiful Moon with Roger Hewitt. And number 10, Security Gold with Sharon Townsend. Townsend had some nice horses in this race, and this one has been there was there about it is capable. If you get that 5 straight, it can throw the 5 straight on the 13th of July. And I was told that run, because this horse can get it. But that's a big price. So might just sneak that into one of your exotic bets. But my top 4 here in race number 6, 1, 4, 8, and 10. I'm going with Princess Ifia. I think this one is superior to these ones. But remember, folks, this is a 6th race. Look out for the outsiders sneaking in this one. Race 6, race super. I'm going to go with 7, 4, 12. The first time when I got 10. 7, 4, and 10. 7, 4, and 10. So race 12. I'm glad I think Medal Award. Yes, sir. Medal Award is a first-time starter, Richardson and Norman Smith teaming up for this one. Norman had some good horses, 15 starters already, and still to get any winners in Persia. This one working well over the 5 straight, strode out to the 5 straight back on the 15th of July. Looks like a good one. Let's see, when you're here, when she's telling you about outsiders, keep this one in mind. If you have gone with number 7, Pitch, with Jordan Barrett and Adam Williams, pretty good on the dread. But that is what we know as dreading in race number 6. The 7th race on the program is over 7 furlongs or 1,400 meters.
with City Line 5 for about 4 years and up. The Jockey Guild Trophy. And I'm sure the jockey in the guild, the president, vice president, and all the officials of the Jockeys Guild will be in the winners enclosure to present the winner of this one. This race has only 6 starters, 7 furlongs for the native bred 4-year-olds about 9 winners of 2. The strike first starts here where you find the winners of race 7, 8, 9, and 10. And on my top 3 in race number 7. Number 4, that's Crucial Alexa, Aaron Chatry and Carl Anderson. Number 5, Pretty Caroline with Kevin Foster and Rocky Lynch. And number 6, Sugar, that is Roman and Mikey Ballard. 4, 5, and 6, over 7 furlongs. Small field, but this will be an exciting finish. And I'm just giving the edge to number 6. And that is Sugar to get the better of Crucial Alexa. Race number 7, Well Suitor. What say you?
This race is filled with some good runners. Run well all the time. This number 1 horse, Workout is better than this. Like far. But this last 2 races was what I was expected. I'm going to go with number 1, Workout Crew to get it on George Lane and Crucial Alexa. 1, 2, and 4 for the shooter, and when he tells you that this is a better horse, has some problems with led and Wheaton, and Omar Walker now gets to ride instead of an apprentice. So you know, and say in racing, something. The 8th race on the program is the maiden commission race, and it's about 3 years, named in honor of one of the finest young riders. I've never seen, he reminds me of some of the Olympians that always smiling and very pleasant. Paul, come to Francis. This one is over 1 mile at 1,600 meters. A maiden commission race, but it's about 3 years. Only 8 declared here by the Dr. Criminal Trifecta, and that lucrative, the last winning triple of the day. Remember the last triple, because that the bonus of $400,000 already indicated. The top 3 here, we have 4 in this one. I'm giving you my top 4 here because this race has my cook food forward. So here we do now of the top 4 in race number 8. Number 3, Rockola. Where did it selling down the board? Shane Reddington and Mikey Warner. Number 5, Coolest Young Man. Matthew Bennett at 57 kilos for Vincent Chung. Number 6, Design Diva. That's Kevin Foster and Anthony Dixon. Good to see Anthony Dixon. Sadly, this one was where we had 3 minutes this year. And number 7, that is the Soul Warrior. That's the Pigot. O'Malley's for Philip Lee and trainer and Aubrey Chan. So it is 3, 5, 6, and 7. My cook food. Oh, tomorrow. Go West, young man, hold the wagon. Matthew Bennett, like how this one ran the last time, came home behind the winner, but seemed to me to be putting in his best work at the end. I think this man will suit him. The Cook Food Special for tomorrow. Number 8, number 5, Go West, young man. Red Future, the 8th race. I think I'm going to have to have that food back. Go West, young man should win this. And I chat, you get the better. Number 3, Rockola, and 6, Divide Beaver.
5, 3, and 6. So we agree on that one. And let's see what you select when you make your big bets. The 9th race on the program is over 1,900 meters on 9.5 furlongs. The Terramotor Trophy. Terramotor sprung a big surprise in a way. I remember the race well. It was a visiting jockey at Port, and he went to the lead and everybody relaxed. Scott Termotor going to come back, man. His Termotor never came back. And I remember that was a big race too. Exactly when these horses, man, said, why am soon come back? Well, Termotor didn't come back that day. This race is over 1,900 meters. 11 horses declared, but then there were 3 years, non-winners of 2. My top 4 here in race number 9. Number 1, Midnight Galaxy, Radish Roman, and Gracie Smith teaming up for this one. Christian Smith, 3 wins already. This one has been prominent. Country Francis usually has the ride. You've gone for Radish Roman. So look for that one to run a good race. Number 2, Shiny Star, Shane Richardson and Lawrence Fremantle. Enough of this one. They treat this one for Nance Richards and Alberto Barrett. The tongue tie has been removed and has been one pace, hand pace, but look at that one on the 24th of March when Young Foster rode this horse. Sheen Star must be in your bets. So look out for this one to run with the race. Number 7, Supremacy. Matthew Bennett looking for a quick double. He rides this one for Anthony Barber Nunes. And number 10, Open Angel. Shane Munich and Anthony Nunes team up in this one. Anthony Nunes has a lot of good runners in this one. He has given them the jockeys who work for him and now get an opportunity to earn some big cash. 1, 2, 7, and 10 in the 9th race. I'm going with Supremacy to get the better of number 2, Shane Star with a good price. Midnight Galaxy and Patrick Angel to fight out the minor races. In the 9th and penultimate, Will Shooter, what say you?
I'm going to go with number 1. These five, one better than the place with final place in the shade on last. 1, 5, and 11 for me. But 1, 5, and 11 for Will Shooter. And that is number 11, Lady Lauren, Yuri Pinnock, and Stephen Todd teaming up with this one. And this one, capable of figuring out was running on the last time over 9 and 25. And number 5 in the 9th race is Rock and Roll with 7,000 and Captain Roman feeding up for this one. Made all over 9 and 25. Feeding over 10 seems to prefer the 9s and will run a good race. Okay for this one from Will Shooter. The 10th and final is named in honor of that big man in town, owned by a Trinidadian who came here and he called this horse. He said he was the big man in town, named this horse the big man in town, and it turned out to be a good one. This one, overnight allowance horse, is going 1 mile at 1,600 meters. All the bet opportunities are available except the lucrative rolling triple and no exacta and no double event. You are my top 4 in the 10th and final. Number 3, Atlantic Convoy, Philip Parchment and Rocky Lynch, even up for this one. Number 8, Praise the Great, coming back quickly and should be able to catch these. A run-on specialist. Let's see if Stephen Foster can guide this one home. Robert Halliday usually has the ride on this one. Stephen Foster now gets it from Jason Acosta. Number 9, Fearless Soul, Lester Piggott, and Philip Fiani. Never leave Philip Fiani out of a big race. Lester has been stuck with this one. Did a good run as a favorite and then just disappeared. Has a good chance tomorrow. So look at this one. The run a big run. And number 13, System Treasure. That is Roman of Gay Sobriety for the James Wise, who call themselves the Success Farms. 3, 8, 9, and 13. What a run for the great year the last time. I'm going to follow a winner. I'm going to fight the great. Again, not by a neck this time, but by a good half a length or 3/4 length to get the better of number 3 and number 13, number 3, and the Atlantic Convoy. 10th and final, Will Shooter. What say you? I'm going to go with the nice himself. Number 9, Fearless Soul, to get it at Atlantic Convoy on 8 February. 938 for Will Shooter, and he, this one, let me tell you, this is another Fearless Soul. This one, I think it's hard to train. Philip Fiani likes to get, but this one hasn't just cantering, and they could breeze every now and again, and I suspect what Welsh is saying is going to come through tomorrow. This one is going to run a big race. But that was looking great in Congress like that. When I can't pass how it looks like I heard in the morning. Really looking very good, and that is usually the Fearless Soul and Atlantic Convoy were the best in the trade for these two horses. And I'm going to go with the Maestro himself. Okay, that Lester Piggott and Philip Fiani. Those of you tuning in late, here are the selections. In the races for tomorrow, 10 races on tap. Supposed to start at 12 noon. Get your bets in early and often. In the first race, I am selected number 12. That is She's the Hedge Fund. Well Shooter agrees with me. In the second race, I'm going to number 3, Grecian Light. Well Shooter selects number 6, which is the Rags. In the third race, we both agree on number 6, and that is Sunshine Club. Race number 4, I'm going with number 3, and that's Volatility. Well Shooter agrees with me on Volatility. In race 5,
my selection is number 6. And that is Who Done It? Phil Parsons and Arnold Robert Jr. His horse is looking very good recently in that 5th race. I'm going with Who Done It. My sweetest selection number 3, Anchorman. In the 6th race, I'm going with the favorite number 4, and that is Princess Ifia. That goes with number 7, and that's Pitch. Jolene Barrett and Jody Adam Williams teaming up for that one. In race number 7, my selection is number 6, and that is Sugar Sugar. Red Suitor goes with number 1, and that Workout Crew, Omar Walker, and McMaster teaming up for this one. In the 8th race, my selection is number 5, and that is Go Western, and my Cook Food Special, Red Suitor agrees with me. In the penultimate, the 9th race, I'm going with number 7, and that is Supremacy. From the band of Baba Nunes, Red Shooter, he goes with number 1. Midnight Galaxy, Roman and Lisa Smith teaming up for this one. And in the 10th and final, I'm going with number 8, and that is Fred the Great. Red Shooter selection number 9, Fairness Soul, Esther Piggott and Philip Fiani. So those are selections. Be sure to get your bet in early, bet often. And remember, the racing station on the Friday. Rebel Radio. Back now to the studio.
Okay, well, there you have it. And remember, if you want to win big money, this is where you must stay on a Friday. We give you the winners, yes, and to load your pockets with money. Well, that's the end of today's program. Remember, you can hear today's program on Google. Yes, so switch to Google and you can hear the program live. Remember to stay safe. Drivers, riders, pedestrians, obey the rules of the road. Too many fatalities. Yes, we want to cut down on that. And we want to reduce the number of murders. Yes, we want to. This subject, question of the homicides, it's a Caribbean problem. Yes, we have been talking to our Caribbean neighbors, and they are having similar problems. But we are ahead of them. So, thanks to my technical operator, and thanks to all my listeners and viewers. Remember, stay tuned to Rebel Radio. I am Desmond Richards.
Professionals and contractors, this is the sale for you. Lumber, steel, dress and form ply, water tanks, pumps, PVC pipes and fittings, toilets, bathtubs, vanities and basins, windows, paint, doors, floor and wall tiles, insects and grout. Up to 20% off selected items. 195 Hagleyburg Road. Telephone 923-4560. New budget supplies. Always the best prices.
Steven!
Grandpa, why you dressed up, sir? Where you going?
But see, me have business to do down by JPS and I want Stephen to carry me. I want to find out how much me want to pay them.
Grandpa, people don't do that again.
The pops is modern days. JPS has efficient IVR.
IVR?
Customer service. They did all over the phone.
We have recognized the number that you are calling from as being attached to account number 30182.
Then how them get me new number? And how them know it's me?
Grandpa, I updated your account with your new number. So when you call JPS, they already know it's you. So them just going to give you your information.
Look when they live to see.
Grandpa, you don't have to go to JPS for everything.
Thank God for you, no young people.
Cool Oasis service stations are the fastest, coolest service stations around. Drive through and buy your phone cards from Cool Biz. Yes, it's easy. No paper, no pin. From the fastest, coolest service stations. Quality fuels, lubricants, and refreshments at the lowest prices. The cleanest restrooms and the smoothest service to make your drive even cooler. From the fastest, coolest service stations, get cool service and cool stuff fast at Cool Oasis service stations island-wide.
It's Tools, Hardware and Supplies New Year, New Finishes sale. Unbelievable low prices all month long. Shop for your new finishes for your bathroom, kitchen, living room.
Porcelain and ceramic tiles, windows, doors, paints, and more.
And remember, when you think tiles, think Tools. For the finest quality at the lowest prices. Shop now.
So come visit us at 279 Spanish Town Road, 4 South Camp Road, 8 Red Hills Road.
Or online at toolsja.com.
Tools!
The Lion King of Hearts.
Everyday living, we make it worthwhile. Real people, real value. Oh, what a style! From kitchen to bathroom, a whole heap of tile. Home and things for everyday living. Nice up your home, fix up every room. Shop every day, shop real value. Fixtures and faucets to catch your eye. We have the options, we have the style. Everyday living, so versatile. Real people, real value. Oh, what a style! Lowest price guarantee on everything you see. Home and things for everyday living.
How would you like the protection you want when you want it? With Guardian Link, you can go from one click to totally covered with 24-hour access to a range of plans designed to cover the people you care about. From critical illness and retirement to investment opportunities. Application is easier. Approval time is quicker. And you'll experience even more convenience with 24/7 online access. So get connected with Guardian Link today. Visit guardianlink.myguardiangroup.com and live secure.
Everybody's sale at New Budget Supplies. Do-it-yourself professionals and contractors. This is the sale for you. Lumber.